Oh, it's cool. It's in my recommended on the home screen. Nice. Grab that then. I don't have to go all the way to my own YouTube channel. Okay. Announcements. Dang it. And copy the... Gotta copy the address. I did not copy the link address. Okay. Okay. That. Poop. It is protein time. Yeah. I mean, we still have to get through the rest of Mitsuru's stuff, but yeah, soon. I'd like to get through the rest of Mitsuru today, and then obviously, through Akihiko. That is the plan for today, at least. Watching on YouTube for a bit till Gamescom is done. Okay. Anything interesting come out of Gamescom? That's another game announcement stuff, right? Or am I wrong on that? Hard to keep track of them all. Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that. But yeah, I think this is the first time you watched on YouTube, or at least in a while. Which is fair. The option is always there. I gotta add more stuff to this playlist. I've been slacking on listening through the soundtracks of games I play through. Because I think the last time I did that was Hollow Knight, and then I played through Cave Story. No, I did SMT5 Vengeance as well, so... I still need to listen through, yeah. Borderlands 4? That's surprising. New Dying Light, okay. I don't know why, but I just expected Borderlands 3 to last a bit longer. Or at least as long as Borderlands 2. But Borderlands 2, I guess, was just kind of a big thing. Alright, let me get the game booted up a minute. I was playing some Yakuza 0 earlier today. Trying to make some money. Eat all the food. There's not as many restaurants for Kojima as Kiryu's area. I guess Kiryu's area is just so much bigger. Add some Yakuza 0 music? Yeah, I gotta track down the soundtrack for that, as I was just saying. Cave Story and Yakuza 0 I haven't listened through. And added stuff yet, so... I think I also have to trim some of the fat. I feel like there's a few songs that I could, like, remove at this point. Anyway. But yeah, I didn't know that you could, like, buy random businesses or, like, partner with random businesses for money, with Majima. I figured that out off stream because I just like was running around. I was like, huh? Oh, you can partner with a business. Huh. Okay. Oh, jeez.
Here's a list of sponsors bringing you today's program.
Sorry, Akihiko, this stream is not sponsored. I'd have to legally disclose that. I guess Persona 4 Arena Ultimax as well, right? Persona 4 Arena Ultimax
Persona 4 Arena Ultimax.
has a lot of good stuff. P3R is adding challenges. Oh, like the Margaret ones from Portable? I hope so. I know Union was really hoping for that. Okay. So we are still working through Mitsuru. Okay, so where's my bookmarks? There's my bookmarks. Yeah, we're a little over halfway through Mitsuru's stuff.
Aw, you're so useless, Yosuke-senpai! Unfortunately, the party crasher wins.
You're so strong, miss. I can barely believe
Okay.
how
I'll have to
gorgeous
look at
and
it later, I guess.
powerful you are.
It seems they're not provoking us only to have us fight one another.
I'm guessing it's not a free update. I'm guessing I have to pay another $5.
And their method. Is it more like an illusion they're casting over us, rather than some sort of mind control?
Still trying to figure everything out? Switch your brain off and enjoy the Grand Prix already.
Sorry, but I'm not some
They're
savage
adding
who
Joker.
enjoys the suffering of others.
Oh, like as an optional fight? Oh, as one of the challenges? That's cool. Okay.
And don't call
Yeah, I'll have to
me
definitely
miss.
look at it after
My
this.
name is Mitsuru Kirijo.
In fact, we could take a break and I can just look at it on stream at some point. Maybe between, oh, and Tetsuya. Okay. You know what? It sounds like they're adding quite a bit. Between Mitsuru and Akihiko, I gotta pull it up and take a look. No, it's free? Dang. Okay, cool.
Kirijo?
You've toyed with us, and I don't take that lightly. I'll make you pay for what you've done. You better be prepared for that.
Kirijo. You're the one who should be prepared. I'll never let you stop me.
I mentioned my name on purpose. He reacted as strongly to the name Kirijo as I thought he would. At first, I thought I'd stumbled into an irrelevant side incident, but evidently not. We were meant to come here.
Ow!
Ah, you're awake. My. Amagi reacted the same way. Were the things that the illusory me said that harsh?
Oh, you bet. Wait, what? Illusory? And did you just say Amagi? You meant Yukiko?
There's only 15 minutes left. Yeah. Well, I don't want to watch the whole thing right now anyway. I just want to check out the Persona 3 Reload stuff. I'll check out all the other stuff later, but if they're adding that much to Persona 3 Reload, it'd be fun to check it out on stream between the Mitsuru and Akihiko stories.
Yes, before I came here. I was forced to fight her, quite against my will.
Only the winner can move on, huh? I'm the only one who can feel this invisible wall thing, so I guess it's true.
I'm glad you understand. I was worried you'd doubt me, since I'm a complete stranger.
Well, you didn't seem like someone who'd try and trick me. I mean, what's the point? I've lost now, so I can't go anywhere.
Indeed. You're very pragmatic.
Nah, after what I went through last year, I just got used to coming smack up against insane stuff in this world. And Yukiko, my friend you met, she believed in you. So I don't mind trusting you too.
I see. I'd like your opinion on something. What do you think is the objective of this tournament? That General Teddy said it was all in fun, but I doubt it's anything so simple.
I've been wondering the same thing, but I don't know. But you know, it might not just be Teddy behind it. I met this weird girl earlier.
A weird girl.
She was about my age, and she said she was the student council president. It was like she had no idea that she was inside the TV world. That doesn't seem very likely, does it?
No, I doubt one could be unaware of such things. It's
Okay.
possible that she didn't come here of her own will.
Yeah, I'm just a little surprised that Borderlands 4 is already coming out. I don't know. Or is being announced. I guess it's unrealistic to expect Borderlands 3 to last as long as Borderlands 2 did. That game was like, came out during like the peak of that kind of era of like horde, like loot shooter kind of things. I don't know. It was a big game at the time it came out. Borderlands 3, not so much. Partially because of the gameplay, I think, is not quite... What people wanted to play back then is not the same thing that people want to play now, necessarily. And also, like, the story writing has not aged well. Like, you go back and play Borderlands 2, and it's like, yeah, that hasn't really aged well comedy-wise or anything. But, like, it fit in with the style of the time, and, you know, hindsight. But then, like, you go to Borderlands 3, it's like, boy, you really haven't, like, adapted or changed it all to the, like, I don't know, not new standards, but, like, you haven't improved upon it at all. Borderlands 3 was 2019, yeah. It's just that Borderlands 2 lasted for so long, and there was such a big gap between the Borderlands 2 and 3. Again, like I said, it's unrealistic to think that, like, Borderlands 2 would last, or Borderlands 3 would last as long as that game did, but I'm just a little surprised, I guess.
This may be a school now, but it doesn't always look like this. When normal people who don't have personas come in here, the world changes to reflect what they're thinking of. It happened every time a victim was dumped into a TV last year. Maybe this time she's the victim. Even if she means well, she still could have a lot to do with the tournament.
Girl, huh? What did this girl look like? Did anything about her stand out?
Huh? No, not really. She wore the same uniform as the rest of us.
A uniform?
Oh, hold on. Considering how Aigis looks, it's possible that Labrys' appearance is quite close to a human. But what does it mean that she's completely able to pass as a human? Even Aigis had to wear clothes that cover her entire body in order to walk around town.
I see. Thank you. I'm getting a clearer picture of what's going on. I'm sorry, but I can't stay in chat.
Sorry, I saw Aigis mentioned, so I was like, ooh, Aigis.
Oh, wait a sec. Can I ask you a favor?
Why do you think a lot of people don't play a lot of SMT5 on Steam? The game is too good and addictive, in my opinion. Do they not? Hold on. We'll do an easy check. What are you comparing it to? Maybe that's why you're saying that. SMT5 Vengeance. Let's see. Where's the price history? Isn't there, like, charts? Yeah, players. Here, how do I show you guys this? Oh, geez. I mean, this is what I'm looking at. Just pull it so you can actually... Oh, did I pull it into... I don't want it in the group. Here, there we go. Oh, too far. There it goes. Okay. This is what I'm looking at. Steam charts. There's 116 people playing it right now. There's about 1,500 people playing at one time at most. And the all-time peak of people playing all at once was 21,000. Almost 22,000. About time of launch. So here's a good comparison. Here, let me see if I can find we go with SteamDB. Persona 3 Reload. This will be a good comparison. Okay. So there's like 3,000. Oh, wait, never mind. Ignore the players right now. This game is getting a free update, apparently. I gotta check that out in a minute. But apparently this game is getting a free update that adds some new content. That's why there's like more people playing it right now. But 45K at launch. That's pretty good. Owner estimations. Interesting. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of less people who bought this one. SMT5 engines. It has a slightly better overall review scores. It didn't do too bad. It sold, SMT5 sold in the top 500 of best top sellers. Persona 3 Reload almost made it to the top 100. I would say that SMT5 Vengeance was about half as popular as the release of Persona 3 Reload, but there's a lot of reasons for that, I think. Persona is a much more accessible series for a lot of people. It's a lot easier. Persona 3 Reload is a remake of an older game, so people are interested in playing the remake of it, or they're interested in playing this version of the game if they haven't played the original. There was a lot more marketing for this. It's not a re-release onto new platforms, like with SMT5 Vengeance. Even if it does have a lot of new content, it's because it's a re-release and not an entirely new game. There's gonna be less people picking it up, right? There's gonna be plenty of people who've already played SMT5 and they're like, I really don't want to buy Vengeance. I've already played SMT5. The new stuff looks kind of cool, but not really for me. SMT in general doesn't sell as well as Persona, just because it's not as accessible and is not as like broadly appealing. So I also, if you're looking at this, like, why aren't people playing it on Steam? This is a matter of this being a single player game. Because, like, if we look up, like, here, I'll make one more tab here. Let's see. I don't want most played games. Let me think of something that's like, let's just bring up, what would be a good option? Let's bring up Lethal Company. Let's bring up Lethal Company. That's a good option for what I'm trying to think about here. So, with Lethal Company, right? So with Lethal Company, you have, like, this game really popped off, so obviously it has a really high max player count, but it has like 30k people playing it right now, right? And it gets up to like 35, almost 40k, depending on the day. So this is a really popular game, but more importantly, it's a multiplayer game, right? So this is a game that has... Let's see, how many sales did it have? Yeah, this has like 12 million, about 12 million units sold. Persona 3 Reload sold about 500,000, a little over half, on Steam alone. And then SMT5 Vengeance got like about 150k, it looks like, sold on like PC. So, you know. So yeah, if you're looking at it like this, I would say that obviously people are not playing it as much as other games. I would still say that it seemed generally people were relatively positive about this game. It got a like 92%. So it's like doing pretty well. Like people who played it liked it. It's not as a wide appeal. And it did have like a good amount of people playing it at launch, but obviously as people finish the game, it's just gonna go down. You know, that's just how things are. Even looking at like something like Persona 3 Reload, if we zoom out to like the full timeline, you can see here is when the game came out, and just kind of slows down over time. I'm not sure what happened here in Maybe it got added. I'm trying to think what would have happened in April. New DLC, probably? Probably the new DLC came out, right? The costumes or whatever, I think. And then you can see it trending down again. Went back up a little bit in June. I'm guessing that was like more DLC came out. And then recently we've had a new resurgence of the game because the Answer DLC is almost out, so. Anyway. So yeah, it's just the way games are and everything. And also like how people play games and stuff is like that. So anyway, that's the answer. It's because that's how people play games. It's just a natural outcome of that. I think it did fairly well. I think if you looked at like other single player like RPGs of like a similar genre, I think they wouldn't do as well, or you would see that it does as well. Maybe I could have looked that up too, but anyway, my point is that it's a single player hard RPG and is a re-release of an already released game. All that means it's not going to do as well as like maybe some other games.
Can you look after my other friends too? It sucks, but I can't get to them from here. That Teddy's really not a bad guy either. Sure, he eats my ice cream without asking and stuff, but he's not the type of guy who'd get off on watching people hurt each other. There's gotta be some other explanation.
Don't worry. I was already thinking along similar lines. What we saw was an illusion.
Yeah,
It may
Teddy's
be that
definitely
they're
not a
faced
top.
with the same situation. I'll save everyone who's been dragged into this, including your friends, and this student council president.
Thanks. Just hurry before someone else dies in here.
Someone else? Oh, right. You're talking about, yeah, okay.
I must sound pretty lame losing the fight and then making a lot of demands.
Not so. Your concern for your friends in a situation like this. C'est magnifique.
What?
I sensed it when speaking to Amagi too, but you all seem to have very strong wills. I promise to do what I can to help.
Okay.
Is there no end to this? Akihiko and Aigis. They both seem to be okay. Can you hear me, Aigis?
Mitsuru-san, I am relieved to finally hear from you. Is Akihiko-san with you?
No, we were separated, but I've confirmed his safety. I'm sure he won't be defeated that easily. Let's exchange information while we can.
I saw that girl a moment ago, though I lost sight of her when the invisible walls blocked my path.
I've been told she looks more human than you. Is that possible?
Not only that, she was almost indistinguishable from a normal person. I couldn't believe it either. Yet I definitely sensed a personality module. I don't believe there's any mistake that she is Labris.
I see. Don't worry about meeting up for now. Under the present conditions, we'd only end up fighting amongst ourselves.
Understood.
I don't know how Labris ties into this situation yet, but be careful. Hello? I lost her.
Ain't there some other way?
Oh,
If there was, then...
suddenly Labris. Suddenly Labris.
That's the same voice from before. Labris, is that you?
Why are you laughing? What about this is funny?
Who is she addressing?
I don't want to fight him anymore!
That reminds me. Hanamura said that the environments here are formed by the thoughts of those who enter this world. Could these be Labris's innermost thoughts? Is that why everything about this place radiates her feelings?
What do you think we are?
For a moment, I experienced not just a voice, but a powerful wave of emotions. They bombard me through my persona senses. A strong sadness, confusion, despair. I can't help but fall to my knees, though nothing is assaulting me directly. How can I describe this weight? One possible explanation crosses my mind.
She's not addressing anyone. These are her memories. I see. So that's what's going on.
I think back to what General Teddy said. That making people suffer is fun. I dismiss it as a barbaric desire not worth thinking about too deeply. But in truth, what kind of horrors would someone have to go through to merge with such a stunted perspective?
I'm finally beginning to see the relationship between this tournament and Labrys.
What are you getting so sentimental for? The Grand Prix's not over yet!
Then you intend to continue this meaningless farce.
I'll decide what's meaningless or not! Bring out the next challenger!
Alright, who do we got? It's probably not Akihiko. We haven't talked to Chie yet.
You?
Oh, Naoto. Oh, she's using Ki as well.
This is a problem. I didn't think we'd run into each other so soon.
Is this another illusion? No. I can see that it isn't.
Why are you here? I'll answer that question later. It would be best to say as little as possible for now.
With that, the young man lifts a finger to his lips in a gesture to remain silent. Directly afterwards, the staticky sensation runs through my body. It's then that I understand what he meant. Once again, this noise will prevent us from understanding each other properly. He's probably also noticed the same effect at work. Nothing we say right now could be called conversing. If we both understand that, neither of us need to take what the other says personally. That's why he called for temporary silence. It's an amazing assessment given the brief time in which he had to make it. Before long, as expected, the young man before me undergoes a complete attitude reversal.
Seriously, such impatience handling the grunt work yourself like this. Isn't micromanaging like this the style of an incompetent leader? One who can't see the bigger picture?
This isn't how he truly feels. I say
The
nothing.
silent treatment, huh? That's fine. I understand perfectly. You don't believe in people. Not a single one. You have friends and allies, but believing in them is a different thing. I suspect you'll never break down that wall. Shall I say it for you? You're actually scared to. The notion of growing attached to something and losing it scares you so much that you'll share nothing
I
truly
don't know why, but it's weird
important
to
you.
hear Persona 3 music here.
Even if you want to believe in your friends, you can't.
It's just so Persona 4 coded that hearing like Persona 3 music just throws me off.
That's not true.
Especially the old stuff.
Of course it is. Why not simply admit it? In truth, you have your hands full just expiating your family's sins. You don't need the added burden of others placing their lives in your hands. Isn't that how you really feel?
No.
The young man smirks, as if ridiculing my inability to stop myself from responding to his allegations, despite knowing the futility of doing so. But the smirk only helps me to regain my composure. The real Shirogane would never make that face. This is only an illusion.
There's no use continuing this. Not until I eliminate this irritating mirage.
I think we've got like 1 or 2 more fights left with Mitsuru.
Finally. Fight!
It is a little weird that we only have 1 match per fight. Oh god, I gotta remember how to play.
Okay.
Ah yes, press X to win. At least against the AI.
What?
That's an issue.
I'm sorry.
Where's Koromaru? He is with, Ken. In, Ultimax, Ken and Koromaru are, like, one fighter. So. They, like, work together. We're not in the Ultimax story yet, so. I turn towards the monitor on the assumption that General Teddy will appear to mock us. But for some reason, this time he doesn't. Not sure why, but at least it allows us time to calmly talk things over. Look over towards the young man once again.
Am I getting through to you now?
Yes. The same goes for me, I presume. It seems we were spellbound until the fight began, as we both suspected. They disrupted our communications to drive a wedge between us and make us fight. Though it's a mystery to me as to where it draws such personal slights for the illusions before us.
I agree.
He seems to bear no animosity. He's willing to discuss things. But to be honest, I'm not sure where we stand. Why is he here? I can think of several possible explanations, but if he secretly followed us in, his candiness may prove dangerous. He gives him a sudden wry smile, as if sensing my reluctance and trying to assuage it.
There's no need to be cagey. I don't intend to dodge whatever questions you have. You were probably wondering 3 things when you saw me here. First, how did I enter this world? Second, what am I doing in Inaba? And third, if I came here looking for you, what are my true intentions?
No wonder you've made a name for yourself as a detective. You're correct on all counts.
The first answer is easy. You know now that I can use a persona, allowing me access to the TV world. As for the second, there's no great mystery why I would come to Inaba. I live here.
You wouldn't happen to be acquainted with Amagi and Hanamura?
You've met my senpai?
Your friends. I gather that you're comrades who fought alongside each other during the serial murder case last year. I assume you entered the TV together for the same reason they did, and found yourself dragged into this mess as well.
Whatever doubts I may have about them, it seems they're here because we dragged them into this. I'm not very comfortable with that.
If so, I must apologize to you. No doubt you already know, but the object we seek has been brought to this world. It's most likely the cause of this disturbance. Whoever learned of this world's existence must have thought it would be useful in whatever they're scheming.
You apologizing to me?
Shirogane shrugs with a wry
Are
smile.
you so sure you can trust me? You have no guarantee that I'm telling the truth. And there's still the answer to your third question to consider. I haven't yet told you my true motives.
Fair enough. But if you're friends with Amagi and Hanamura, I feel I can trust you. Their bonds with their friends are real.
Perhaps I lied about that too.
But then why would you bring it up? No, you're no villain. That's what my intuition tells me.
You aren't at all the person I thought you'd be.
I'll take that as a compliment.
His smile suggests that it was meant as one. It makes him look his age, or even younger. I can't help but smile as well. He's not exactly the hardened detective I'd imagine him to be either.
The Teddy who appeared on that monitor is not our friend. He's an imposter.
Yeah, you need to know, like, the basic rules of baseball to understand his mechanic. Because he has, like, a home run mechanic where, like, every hit, like, puts another guy on base. But getting hit causes you to be an out, I think, is how it works. And every block is a ball. And so your goal is to get a home run. And if you get enough home runs, he gets like a super state or whatever. I think it's like 10 home runs. So you have to like line up a bunch of people on base and then go for like a heavy swing, connect it, and get a bunch of home runs. And then do that a few times to like get his super state going.
You have proof of this?
I found the real Teddy. Our enemy can fog both our eyes and ears. It's possible they can make themselves look like someone else.
I see.
But I still don't know why they chose to take on Teddy's appearance.
It might be to make you all suffer. If they led you to believe your friend betrayed you, it would make this all the more painful.
There's some truth to that, but it seems too simple a motive to warrant this elaborate of a disturbance.
He's wrong. If the motive is somehow connected to Labrys's memories, what had been comprehensible becomes completely understandable. My conclusion must have shown on my face, since Shirogane trails off in understanding.
This feeling. Rise-san! Rise-san, can you hear me?
Otto-kun? So you ended up here too?
The voice that echoes is much like the voice I heard over the PA system, but it seems quite different. The announcements must have been part of the culprit's tricks. This Rise's voice immediately turns quavery.
So glad.
Oh,
Ever
here's the
since
voice
this
line
weird
again.
Fake Teddy kidnapped me.
It's all right. Just calm down and tell me where you are.
I think it's the announcement room. It's kind of off though. There are these invisible walls around and I can't get out. The fake Teddy was watching me until a moment ago, so I couldn't use my persona.
She seems to have been under the General's close watch, limiting her chances to use her persona until now. As soon as the General stepped out for a moment, she seized the opportunity to contact Shirogane.
You're in the announcement room now, yes? I'm headed straight there, so stay put.
Huh? Who's that? Why can I hear your voice but not sense you?
She sounds extremely confused. I had temporarily forgotten that my equipment prevents me from being detected by persona abilities, to an extent. I prepared after facing an enemy with similar powers once before. Strega. It works by making my presence difficult to detect unless they know me well and recognize my signature. Shirogane senses her confusion as well and introduces me to her. His introduction is accurate, yet concise. I can see he's a first-rate detective.
Mitsuru Kirijo. Wait, Kirijo?
Yep.
Are you that Kirijo?
Yes, that's correct.
The CEO?
Not quite. I am the founding family's...
You hired me for a commercial before. Oh, crud. Thank you very much for your patronage.
A commercial?
Oh, yes. I'm Rise Kuchikawa. I'm a classmate of the others you met, but I'm also kind of a starlet, and, it's hard to explain.
Rise-san, that can wait. There's no knowing when our adversary will return.
Oh, all right.
Kujikawa said that she was captured, but why would they treat her differently?
I suspect it was to block communication. If we could speak freely as we just did, their whole scheme would collapse. So that's why Teddy and Rise-san were the hosts.
What do you mean?
The real Teddy has a similar power. That's why those two were taken separately. Not only that, but by acting as the two who had disappeared, the enemy thought it could portray them as traitors. Though it appears that Teddy managed to escape on his own somehow.
How come I'm the only one fake?
Well, I mean, he
Teddy
was
is
just
watching
stuffed in
over
a locker
personally?
somewhere, right?
Sheesh.
He got out, like, by becoming thin. Like paper thin. Flat Stanley style.
You have the most powerful investigative persona. They must have had to take greater pains with you.
I think we're keeping this going too long. We've exchanged what we know already, so I'm gonna shut down the comms link. Be careful, you guys.
Apparently not, no.
We are responsible for this case. Rescuing the ones who've been dragged into it is part of our mission.
I suppose she has other things that she's concerned with.
Besides, she's another of your friends, isn't she? All the more reason for me to go save her.
He makes a small gesture, as if searching for the right words. After taking some time to make up his mind, he looks me in the eye once more.
You're quite prepared for this. It would be unfair of me not to tell you everything. Please hear me out. The reason I came here was to...
You're a real straight arrow.
I cut him off, intentionally.
You're very proud to be a detective, no? I can see it in your eyes. You would never sell out your beloved justice. If you've done nothing to be ashamed of, that makes us even. I haven't been entirely forthright with you either.
Kirijo-san. It seems I still have much to learn.
Despite what I said, I can make an educated guess as to his motives. He's a Persona user. That means the police selected their observer as someone with the potential. If his only task was to watch over the transfer, there'd be no need to send a Persona user, leading me to believe that he's been asked to secretly spy on me or my organization. But we have nothing to hide anymore. There are many things that shouldn't be made public, but I'm sure his judgment is sound.
Well then, I will once again entrust my friend's safety and the resolution of this case to you, in honor of the bond we are forming, Mitsuru Kirijo.
I promise that I will not let you down.
I smile back at him and move on without looking back. I know there is someone up ahead to whom I owe recompense. There's no hesitation in my steps. Alright, so who's the last fight gonna be? Third floor, announcement room. Or are we not gonna, is this gonna be another
Are you
cliffhanger maybe?
Kirijo-san?
I guess we'll see.
Kirijo?
As I open the door, two students greet me. One of them is the voice I heard through my persona. Fujikawa, I presume. The other's a girl I didn't see on the video.
Hang tight, Miss President. We'll be okay now that help's arrived. Kirijo-san, this girl got dragged into this mess too. We have to help her before that general comes back.
So you're Kujikawa. Sorry, but I'll need you to step back.
Huh?
I turn to face Miss President.
We meet at last. Astounding. You really do look human, but you're not, are you, Labrys?
Huh? What do you mean she's not human? Isn't she a victim who got dropped inside the TV?
Bum, 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 bum. Oh boy, it's the talking music. The Persona 3, let's all get around a table and talk for 20 minutes music.
Labrys, our records show that you were loaded with special equipment. Undoubtedly a function that affects thoughts and scrambles recognition. That's why we saw and heard illusions whenever we fought. It would also explain General Teddy's appearance, and those who met you believing you to be human.
Special equipment? Labrys? What are you talking about?
Labrys's protestive ignorance sounded as if she's in denial about something she already knows. It's tragic, hearing the desperation in her voice.
I'm sure the reason why you captured two people with analytical personas wasn't just to keep them from interfering with your designs. I came to a realization when I noticed I was the only one who sensed that noise. An analytical persona's searches clash with your ability. They dispel illusions, so you needed to confine them. You feared that if they caught you off guard and used their persona's ability, this would happen.
Are we gonna fight Labrys? With that, I summon my persona, Artemisia. Just as expected, noise immediately runs across Labrys's body. Exactly the sensation I felt before each round in the tournament. Artemisia cancels out the force, scrambling our sense of illusion begins to wear off. Little by little, the facade fades away, and her true appearance emerges.
No! What's going on? This can't be.
What was your motive, Labrys? Was it revenge in the end? I can understand why you'd hold a grudge. I caught glimpses of it on my way here. But your hatred should be centered on the Kirijo group. Why drag innocent students into your vendetta?
Kirijo group? No. I don't want to remember. Never again. Miss President, Kirijo-san. She seems to be in a lot of pain. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but you can't push her any further.
At that moment, Labrys grabs the equipment on her back that I had mistaken for wings. It suddenly separates and transforms into a giant battle axe that's larger than she is.
Miss President?
Get back! Hurry!
Labrys approaches one step at a time, and her axe at the ready. Her steps seem uncertain, but she's moving with battle clearly in mind.
The injunction against harming humans has been removed? I see. No wonder she was sealed away.
Behind me, I hear Kujikawa pleading.
Is there no other choice but to fight?
I won't let you do any more damage, Labrys. It's me you want.
Shut up! Shut up! I like that!
I mean, Mitsuru doesn't really know about the whole Persona 4 Shadow thing, so yeah. It would make sense why she's like, evil twin, a likely story.
Finally.
All right. And it's the first one where we get to fight Labrys.
You're slow. I'm coming for you. You won't escape. Better luck next time. I won't hold back.
Get walled, idiot.
Better luck next time. No.
This probably wouldn't work as well against a human player, but man, that certainly works against an AI. Holy cow, that was a slaughter. Labrys remains calm. I can hear muttered denials. She didn't use a persona. It's possible her mental instability prevented her from doing so. It might have been a blessing in disguise.
I don't intend to turn a blind eye to the sins committed against you. That is why I must bring you back.
Labrys is the mastermind. Not only of this tournament, but maybe the whole incident. What if Labrys wasn't stolen, but instead escaped? Considering her powers, is it possible that she deluded the ordinary human hijackers? There's no knowing when Labrys regained her consciousness inside her cage. What if she hadn't awakened on opening it? What if she's already conscious inside there? She had been sealed for roughly 13 years. More than enough time to formulate a plan.
If that was indeed the case, it'd make more sense for this to be a plan devised by Labrys, rather than an unknown party suddenly stealing her away. I can't imagine how much resentment such a small, artificial body could hold. A tragic mastermind, huh?
Huh? Mastermind? You got it wrong, Kirijo-san. That girl's not...
What?
Looks like you've saved me some time while I was out running errands.
You're...
General Teddy gives an evil smirk. Extremely powerful version of the noise, far worse than before, is everywhere around us. Fujikawa squats down while covering both her ears. It's all I can do to keep from falling to my own knees.
What's going on? This is Labrys' interference pattern.
Mm-hmm. That's right. As thanks for cornering the real one, I'll show you something.
Oh, is this the transformation? Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, let it play out once. I haven't seen it in a minute. Couple weeks or so. The noise lifts once the mimicry is dispelled, but what it revealed is something I hadn't expected.
Another Labrys?
Oh, is this the cliffhanger? Okay. Gosh darn it. Alright. Okay. Labrys is now available. We won't do Labrys right away, though. We're going to do Akihiko and then Aigis. And see if we can maybe at least get through Akihiko today. Before we do that, though... apparently... I have been informed... that there is a new update for Persona 3 Reload that was shown off at the Gamescom thing. Let me get that pulled up a minute, and I'll take a look at that, and then we'll head over and get through Akihiko stuff a minute. I just want to see what it is a minute. Because apparently it's a free update that's going to add some content, so I just kind of want to see. Okay. We go to Gamescom... Persona 3. Yeah. Here it is. Oh, it's like only 30 seconds long. Okay. Well, let me get pulled up and then we'll take a look at it here. Okay. And just add Chrome. This is not gonna pick up. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what this is a minute.
Tomorrow and all the days after it will be March 31st.
It's like Tartarus all over again.
There is a strong connection between all of you and what's
I'm
happening.
just gonna watch it through. It's like 30 seconds, and then we'll see.
Something's
I'll go
wrong.
through it with a bit of an opening with a comb.
Ravage them.
Why is it after us?
Persona!
Here it comes.
Oh, is that it? That's the whole thing? Okay. Well, let me go through it real quick. Let's see what we got here. So, we've got a countdown timer.
After it will be March 31st.
Nah. FemC DLC unconfirmed. Confirmed to never happen. Literally, it's been confirmed in multiple interviews that they're not going to do that. That they want it to, but it just, they can't.
It's like
Like, it doesn't make sense. So, we got a view of the doors. The sand area, right? So all these doors lead to like different dungeons or whatever that you go through it throughout the story. Looks fine.
Tartarus all over again.
One of the dungeons designs, okay.
There is a strong
Got some gameplay footage.
31st. All of you.
It's like Tartarus all over again.
There is a strong
I'm guessing, yeah, this looks like a end of battle animation. You can see Ken walking forward, so I'm guessing that this is like her like end of battle win animation kind of thing. You can see the armband on her arm at this point.
strong connection between all of you.
Yeah. Still just footage of them walking towards the camera after a battle.
What's happening?
Got a little bit of the Igus dream sequence there of her running after MC. This is part of the opening. Part of the story here is that Igus is having nightmares about the MC and how she wasn't able to save him.
Let's just open it. Then we'll know.
Something's wrong.
And then we have Joker
Ravage them.
as a challenge battle, kind of like with P5R, how you had the P3 protagonist as a challenge battle, I'm guessing. Episode I Guess the Answer faces new challenge September 10th. Okay. Yeah, so that's just the same date as before. Okay. Was that it? Was that everything then? That was everything for that. There wasn't like something else. Oh yeah. I was just checking out the P3R thing because I heard that was a thing. So I just checked that out, but I didn't really see much. It was like a 36-second clip, and it's just like, hey, we're gonna add Joker as a challenge battle. Here's a little sneak peek of some of the stuff for the Answer DLC. Yeah, I just kept it installed. It's been updating randomly every once in a while. I still have to buy the actual like expansion pass. I haven't done that, have I? Whatever. It's still gonna be the same price whether I buy it now or later. I'll have to do it before the game, before the DLC actually comes out. Install at least the outfits and stuff. I'll probably do that soon. I gotta get some footage of P3R for a quick video I'm gonna do. I thought I'd finally do that, like, the cheapest way to play P3R video here. since the DLC is going to come out soon. Yeah, that's all I see. I don't see any clips that are like longer or anything. So, all right, that's okay. That's the only thing for P3R then. Just like a little quick. Hey, the DLC is coming out.
This program.
You know. I haven't bought the expansion pass either. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I'll buy it before the DLC properly comes out, but yeah.
Persona 4 Arena Ultimax.
Alright, back over to Akihiko. That was kind of fun, I guess. I don't know. There wasn't much there, to be honest with you. It's too bad. It would have been nice to, like, dig into some more stuff. We didn't get any, like, real gameplay or anything. I don't know. I guess, what is there to say, really? It's the answer. There's not much gameplay. Well, there is a bunch of gameplay, but, like, there's not much different in the gameplay. Nice, nice. Yeah. Yeah. I saw FemC was coming along pretty well. Oh gosh, this music. I think this is the hotel music, the Love Hotel music from P3. Ever since I left Japan, I'd constantly searching for places to test my strength. Before I knew it, I'd wound up on the ass end of the globe. As I walked down a dark alley, a dry wind blows. I could see people inside the buildings, but I don't sense any life here. Just because it's quiet doesn't mean it's anything close to safe, though. Well, it just shows that not everywhere in this world is affluent. I sense a hostile presence from somewhere. I glance around and see two thugs smirking at me with narrowed eyes. Why would you ever mess with Akihiko dressed like this? Like, this is the most, like, either crazy or, like, dangerous energy. Like, you wouldn't mess... I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. Well, I was hoping... Somebody mentioned Union that they were adding challenges, and I was like, oh, they're finally adding the Margaret thing? Which, like, I know you really wanted, but... it doesn't look like it. It's probably just like a challenge battle with the P5 protagonist with Joker. I don't know if it's anything else. Maybe they'll add other challenges. Maybe. It'd be nice if they did, but like, so far it doesn't look like it. Yeah, but yeah, the FemC mod is coming along pretty great. And there's like a lot of different options for like end of battle screen and like some of the other artwork. So that's fun. I did want to play it, but I ended up like getting kind of burned out on Atlas stuff before, like after SMT5 Vengeance, because it was much longer than I thought it would be. So I ended up doing Yakuza 0 instead of like a whole other playthrough of Persona 3 Reload with the FemC mod, but that's fine. FemC mod will be there later as well, and it'll probably be even better by the time I get around to it. Maybe for the P3R Pixie only video, right? We could do the girls only challenge again. One of the only other games we could probably do that with Persona or SMT. No, it's news from Atlas. It was like a 30-second clips at Gamescom for the DLC. They showed like a little bit of like footage from, you know, the answer. Nothing great or interesting, really. Just the, just like, hey, here's the answer. Here's a little bit of footage. But also they showed Joker. And, like, we're like, hey, there's going to be a challenge battle for Joker. No context on in what, like, how or why. Just like, yeah, it's going to be a thing. You're going to get to fight Joker. Kind of like how you did with P5. You could fight the Persona 3 and 4 protagonists.
Yo, bro. Haven't seen your mug around here.
Oh, jeez, their voice.
Lucky thing we noticed you. Come on, man, spare us some change. We just need a little, man. We'll double it in no time in that gambling den over there.
You're in my way. Move it.
And we were being friendly. I should have pulled this on you at the start.
A body like that, and you gotta resort to a gun? Pathetic. To begin with, do I really look like I carry that much money on me?
Ain't you Japanese? Most Asians stupid enough to come waltzing around here are loaded. Come on, give me everything you got, or it's gonna be your brains on the floor. Son of a bitch!
What did he do? Sorry. The large man apparently realized he can, Okay, so he shot the gun, right? The large man stands stupefied. He recollects himself and throws a few more rounds my way.
What the? What kind of hit him?
It's because I'm dodging his shots, not the bullets. They obviously move faster than the human body. When a slow man uses a gun, the problem is that he has to point the gun where he wants to send the bullets. And I can see him doing that. I'm just reading the gun's movements and getting out of the line of fire before he shoots. It's that simple. I bet he thinks there's something wrong with the gun or that he's not aiming well. Some people. I think he's the embodiment of phrase, big head, little wit. He never realizes what's happening. I dodge his hail of bullets and quickly close the distance to my attempted murderer. Get a good look at his face contorting in fear and confusion.
Checkmate.
I strike once, burying my fist in his porcine gut. His body lifts off the ground for a brief moment before it collapses on the ground. The impact lifts a huge cloud of dust and the man doesn't stir.
You should be more careful who you pick your fights with.
Pretty much.
You bastard!
The thin man pulls something from his pocket. I hear the loud click of a switchblade being unfolded. He drops into a crouch, coiled and ready to strike.
At least you know the basics.
The reprobate extends his arm and thrusts the dull, shining knife towards me in a telegraphed attack. Yeah, just break his arm. I get inside his swing, swipe the attack angle of the blade out of the way with my right hand, striking my left hand underneath his jaw. Since he attacks in the most obvious fashion, I repel the attack with the most obvious counter. The uppercut lands flush, and the man is cast in the air as he utters an undignified scream.
I gotta hand it to you for not abandoning your pal.
Sheesh. I didn't come on a journey to waste my time getting into scraps that don't even rate as a good warm-up. Though honestly, pretty much all that I had encountered so far in my travel training was a continuous morass of tedious quarrels. Now, up ahead... What? I noticed that the dust from the fat man's landing has gotten on my cape, and I brush it off. That's the only mark I took from the encounter. Bodily injuries will heal over time, even if they're left alone, but the same can't be said about one's clothing.
Damn, that was impressive stuff.
Someone speaks to me out of the blue. I glance over and see a man who looks like a bartender hesitantly emerge from a nearby bar. Seems he watched the whole thing unfold.
What a fight! And against a man with a gun? Are you a ninja or something?
I like how Akihiko said he ended up in the ass globe of the world or whatever. And it just sounds like he ended up in Mexico.
Nah, that's not important. Where are the police? I'd have thought all the gunfire would catch their attention.
The bartender responds to my bewilderment by laughing in an even more dumbfounded manner and shrugs.
Things like that happen all the time. The only authority here is the cartel. Everyone who's not connected dies in poverty. That's been how it works for over 50 years.
I see.
Those who are not connected. Upon hearing that, a bitter feeling wells up inside me. Everything in this world relies on connections, and connections are just another form of power. People say that what's most important can't be obtained by power, and I figure that means the other 99.9% of everything is simply a matter of power. That includes one's lifespan, and at times the lifespan of those close to you as well.
Hey, why not stop in for a drink? It's on the house. Seeing what you did made my day.
The bartender's cheerful voice snaps me out of my ruminations.
Are you sure? The cartel you mentioned might not like that.
Hey, I'll get off easy compared to you. All I did was offer you a drink, not beat the hell out of their goons.
Drink, huh?
Do you have the good stuff in stock?
Huh?
It's hard to obtain that certain something around here. I haven't had any for a couple days now. Actually, I'm starting to go into withdrawal.
What is it you're talking about, mister? Listen, I run a clean bar.
Protein. I need a
Oh
double shot of
gosh,
protein.
no! He was so cool. He was so cool for all of like 5 minutes. He was dodging bullets, and now he wants protein. He's having protein withdrawals. Oh my god. On this episode of My Strange Addictions.
Huh? Bro. Make it quick. It's only half as effective 30 minutes after I've burned some calories.
Sorry, I don't know that brand. Is that some kind of sake?
I can do the math for you next time when we do our first fight, because it always shows the date of birth for the characters in the loading screen before a fight. So I can do the math real quick when that shows up, but I think so. Because I think all the P3 characters, well, I don't know at this point. At this point, they would all be like in their early 30s. Like IRL time. Let's see, this game came out, what? I think they're all in like their late teens to early 20s here, aren't they? For the P3 cast. I guess it would depend on the country. I mean, hey, even if he's still a teenager, there are parts of, like, you can drink in Mexico. Like, you don't need to be an adult to drink in Mexico.
No.
I'll say that.
It's alright if you don't have any.
Sheesh, what am I thinking? You never know unless you try, but it's pretty stupid of me to expect that a bartender in a dive bar like this would have protein drinks. I shake my head and collect myself. When I finally return to Japan, all of the protein my muscle fibers are crying out for. Dude, just bring some with you. You're literally right next to the entire United States. You're telling me the United States doesn't have any protein you could have grabbed on your way over? Whatever. It sounds great just thinking about it. Mountains of protein. Protein as far as the eye could see. But my daydreams of what a world of infinite protein would be like are interrupted. Oh my gosh. Are they really gonna lean into this protein thing that hard? The first is an icon, tells me international roaming service is in effect. Second is Corregio. And the last thing is the word urgent.
Looks like opportunity's knocking sooner than I expected.
I can't hide my smirk. The fact that the message is urgent means I'm being summoned for a mission.
Fine with me. I haven't found any opponents worth my time here anyway. I can't wait to see what kind of challenge there is in store for me now.
Alright. Man. Alright. Oh, the airport.
Good morning. It's May 3rd, Constitution Memorial Day. Our top story today is an update on the hijacking 2 days ago. 5 men attempted a daring hijacking of a domestic airline, the first such incident in Japan in the 21st century. Police began their official interrogation of the arrested suspects this morning. But all depositions have been vague so far, with suspects complaining of muddled memories. Psychiatric exams are being considered.
You know, if that happened in real life, there would be never-ending, like, conspiracy theories about, like, which government program put them up to it. I mean, if the Corregio group existed in real life, there would be tons of speculations and theories about what the explosion really was, you know? And how, like, there was a bunch of lab professionals, like, Naoto may think that she's smart figuring out that there was a bunch of lab professionals who died in that incident. 4chan would have picked up on that ages ago. That would be like old news. There would be endless speculation about what really happened with the explosion. And then you get like a plane hijacking of on a plane where the Corregio group is trying to ship things. And like then they complain of like muddled memories when captured. You know there'd be endless speculation and conspiracy theories about like which government program from which government put them up to it.
That must be the incident she mentioned in her email.
Alright. Yeah, yep.
It's me.
It's been a long time, Akihiko. I'm sorry to call you back on such short notice.
Don't worry about it. I was at a good stopping point. So, who's our next enemy?
I think this game came out in like 2011, right? So, well, let's just say that they're like 4 or 5 years older than they would have been at the end of Persona 3. And Akihiko graduates at the end of Persona 3. So he's gonna be 18. Yeah, he'd be old enough to drink. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Akihiko would definitely be old enough to legally drink in like every country. Even America.
Don't be so impatient. You received the brief I sent you, right? What I didn't say directly in it is that the stolen cargo was from Ergo Research.
I figured it would be Kirijo Group related, with you having to call me back. What was inside this cargo?
The 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Labris.
An anti-shadow weapon? Does that mean...
Yes, she's one of Aegis's sister units. She was sealed at the time of the robbery, but we think it's very likely that she's been activated by now.
Which means there's a good chance there'll be a fight. Alright. Yeah, this would be too much for the normal authorities. Sounds like it'll be right up my alley.
Backstory. Persona 3, Kirijo Group.
Fighting
Persona
is
3,
not our first
Kirijo
option,
Group.
but I'd be more reassured with you there. We have a general idea of where it was taken, the Inaba area, where there were reports of suspected shadow activity last year.
Okay, I'll meet up with you at the actual location.
Are you heading directly there? You never change. Let me know if you need anything and I'll make the arrangements.
Protein, that's all.
What? No, it's better I don't ask.
Yep.
I'll send you the precise location later. Sorry to call when you've just returned from a trip, but I'm relying on your assistance.
You went to a lot of trouble to create the Shadow Operatives. I won't do anything to tarnish the name. I'll see you there.
Alright. Explain the Shadow Operatives again.
Inaba, huh? It's almost time. Did something happen? I doubt she'd run into any trouble she couldn't handle, though.
Oh, Mitsuru didn't come and pick him up. Right, he mentions in the other stories that like she didn't come pick him up on time, so he looked over here and found her.
Of course. They'd stand out no matter where they were, so they could only park here.
Two of my friends are standing by the limousine. A woman decked out in a fur coat and a mechanical girl. It's Mitsuru and Aegis. Right before I call out to them, Aegis says something bizarre. She extends her right arm toward the TV screen in front of her and... Aegis's hand is passing right through the screen. Her steel fingers aren't breaking the TV screen. It's definitely going inside it. Concentric rings of white light are rippling forth from where she inserted her hand.
It's the same as mine. It's hard to say definitively since this is my first encounter with it, but I believe this reading is from a personality module.
Does that mean our retrieval target is inside the TV?
Huh. Sounds like fun.
Is that Akihiko?
You didn't show up at the rendezvous point, so I went looking and found you here. This whole TV thing is pretty interesting.
Akihiko, what on earth are you wearing? Just what were you doing overseas?
Didn't I tell you that I was on a training expedition?
Don't tell me you came here from the airport like that. Does the concept of keeping a low profile mean nothing to you?
I take a glance at Mitsuru, and I can tell she's summoning up her coldest stare. This clothing allows me to have much better mobility, but I don't think Mitsuru is going to listen to my explanation.
Mitsuru-san, I believe we have lost the right to complain about that.
Glancing at Mitsuru's clothing once again, I can't help but sigh. Since I guess I'd already voiced what I was going to say, I decided not to make a comeback. Mitsuru simply shakes her head and sighs back at me. Seriously, this is what happens when you grow up in a wealthy family. Sheltered people shelter from the lives that normal people live.
Anyway,
I slammed my left fist into my right palm. Aigis' sister unit Labris. She's apparently inside a TV located in an obscure part of a countryside town. I gotta wonder, what else could be waiting for us
we
inside?
can get inside from that TV, right? What are we waiting for?
Still the same Akihiko. We don't know the situation inside yet, and we'll need a secure means of getting out.
So what? If we want to get this Labris back, someone has to go inside, right?
Well, that's...
Mitsuru's at a loss for words. I know that I'm voicing my opinion more forcefully than she's used to, but it's what I have to do. I know Mitsuru well enough to sense when she needs someone to prod her into action. Wanting to exert control over every situation is a commendable trait. In certain situations, waiting doesn't allow you to seize any more control, and it also gives your opponent more time to prepare.
Our target hijacked a plane to throw her into a TV in this town. If we sit on our hands, it's possible we'll be put in serious danger. We're different from how we used to be. We made the choice to fight shadows as professionals. That's why I traveled around the world and trained harder than ever. And now that something's actually come up, you're hesitating? We agreed to do this. I'm ready to stake my life on the mission.
3 years ago, I had said that it was my duty to help in the fight. But looking back on it now, I know a lot of it was just for kicks. Seeing myself become definitively stronger and experiencing all that personal growth was incredible. Becoming stronger felt like it would satisfy some deep desire within me. If I died giving my all against a really powerful opponent, I didn't really mind the thought of going out like that either. I was honestly fighting for myself more than anything else. Now, something's changed inside me. I wandered the world with something in the back of my mind constantly nagging at me. Something about not having a grasp of some part of myself. I know that I want power. The power to protect others. But that feeling has always been there. There's still something else. Something different. A few seconds of silence pass. Then Mitsuru's eyes narrow. Her eyes are filled with this steely determination.
All right. Wait right here. I need to go make a phone call first.
Okay, but make it quick.
But yeah, with what you were saying, Union, I do think they'll give him more than 10,000 HP.
My fists are ready.
I hope so. But they probably only did like 10,000 HP for the P3 and P4 protagonists in P5 because they were more meant to like challenge, like get a high score battles. I feel like the challenge battle with Joker is just going to be like a defeat the enemy type battle. So it'll probably be fairly difficult. That'll be fun though. That'll be good. I wonder if they'll let you keep costumes at least between the base game and the answer.
The other members will wait here in the car.
Yeah. If we all barge in and something...
Alright, we already saw this.
Is this a gym? This feeling in the air reminds me of somewhere, though.
Tartarus, yep. Eddie?
Huh? There's a weird guy in a cape.
Weirder still, it's able to communicate with me.
You think you've got the right to call me weird? You seem suspicious.
How rude! I'll say the same back to you. Being half naked and wearing a cape is totally suspicious. Could this be the pervert I've heard rumors about? My innocence is in danger.
You're making no sense at all. Who are you? Oh, don't tell me. Are you a shadow?
Huh? I'm Teddy! Teddy!
So you are a shadow.
I just said I'm Teddy! Teddy! It's easy!
No bear has fur that color, or can talk.
How cruel! I'm an adorable, sexy beast, no matter what angle you're looking from. I can't have you wandering about on your own. You're such a troublesome bear.
No pain.
You're the troublesome one! How dare you do whatever you want while looking like me? It's a violation of my image rights!
What's going on? Are you twins or something?
Huh? I've discovered an unknown half-naked caped man! An intruder! Unexpected! X.
Oh, I didn't notice that Akihiko has his evoker slung under his left arm. Like underneath his armpit there. Huh, I didn't notice that until now.
Case 04.
I guess I wasn't looking at his armpits.
Entering elimination process.
I don't know exactly what's going on, but I've seen enough. Looks like you're the enemy here, bear number 2. As for you, Teddy, he seems to be your enemy too, but why don't you step down and let me handle him?
No way!
What?
I mean, who are you? You haven't even told me your name. And that bear might be a bad guy who tricked my beloved sensei and friends. I can't leave this in the hands of a half-naked cape man like you.
Well, your costume is strange. I do like that fire in your eyes.
What's that supposed to mean? It sounds perverted coming from a half-naked cape guy.
Poor Akihiko is getting a bad rap here, but he's not doing himself any favors with that getup.
Hey, I have a name. It's Akihiko Sanada. You don't have to call me half-naked cape guy. And I know I can't prove I'm on your side just by saying so. So judge for yourself whether I'm worthy of your trust. In the ring.
You're that excited to do this?
Fists don't lie, you know? Now come on, and I'll give you everything I got. Come, Persona!
Alright, let's see how Akihiko plays. Yeah, so he was born in 1991. I think this takes place in, like... Yeah, he'd be old enough to drink. Yeah.
Finally.
Oh, he's also got, like, a giant knife. Oh, hello. Oh, nothing personnel. Okay. I honestly wish the AI was a bit harder.
Is a persona user. Difficulties in elimination.
I feel like I'm not getting pushed enough to, like, actually learn the characters too well. Oh well.
Acknowledging as valid target.
Persona user? Are you talking about me? What do you mean by valid target?
Irregularity has occurred. Multiple intruders detected. Emergency. Emergency. Oh, I know! I've just had a fun idea!
Right, so that's Labrys's shadow
Hey,
dealing
Teddy,
with
Teddy,
the
wake up.
triggers.
No! Kanji! You're crushing me to death!
What's going through this guy's head?
Teddy, Teddy, wake up.
Huh?
Teddy gets up, using whatever weird stomach muscles he has and yells at me while still in that flattened state.
Hey! If you
Oh,
hit me so
jeez.
hard,
What
you'll
is that
ruin my
face?
beautiful coat of fur.
I think that's
I'll
new
go
to this game.
bald.
I don't remember that from Persona 4.
And it's just Teddy, not Teddy.
Well, maybe I went a little too far. Let me at least talk to you. I have important business here, too. I need as much information as I can get.
Aren't you going to say sorry?
Don't push your luck, or I'll pull out all your fur.
I was just joking. Well, I am a knowledgeable bear, so I'll make an exception for you and listen.
First off, what kind of world is this?
It's the TV world.
That's hard to believe. But even if that's true, why does it look like this? Is this supposed to be a school or something?
This is probably the school that Yosuke and the others go to.
It's a real place?
This world changes whenever someone comes here. I'm not sure why it's a school now, though.
It changes when people come here.
I used to live here for a long time, so I saw it happen a lot.
You lived here? Well, does that mean you're from this world? What are you?
That's,
There's so much I don't understand. But I can at least say I'm pretty sure you're no threat.
Of course not. I've never caused anyone any trouble.
I wouldn't say any trouble.
If you know this world so well, does the name 5th Generation Labrys sound familiar?
I've never heard of it. Every day's great at Juness. I usually spend my time
Every
there.
day's great at your Juness.
When I came to, I was locked up here. I managed to escape, though, only to find that an imposter Teddy was causing a bunch of trouble with his P1 Grand Prix.
That guy who showed up on screen looked exactly like you.
He calls himself the General.
I'm surprised we didn't fight against the MC as Mitsuru. I wonder if we will for Aegis's, but not for anybody else.
But don't confuse me for that phony.
Sorry, by
The
MC
real
I
Teddy
mean
is made of all natural bear fur.
P4's MC, you.
If that was someone in disguise, there must be a reason he's trying to look like you.
Ooh, I know. It must be because he's jealous that Sensei and everyone love me the most. But he's not 1/1,000,000th as cute as me. Anyone can tell he's a fake.
All right, one last question. You said you used to live here. Do you know how to get out?
Of course! That was one of my specialties. I always helped other people when they needed to leave. But it's not working here for some reason. I'm losing my confidence. This is one bear of a Ted-ache.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh, that was an advanced joke.
Yeah, you got 2 puns in that one.
This is no laughing matter. You won't be able to get out like this. That's it. You're coming with me.
Ah, you're gonna tear it off! Hey, you almost made me lose my head.
He's trying to pull him through the invisible barrier. For a moment, it looked like the zipper on Teddy's neck warped. Whatever, it's probably just my imagination.
Huh? Looks like there's a wall that I can get through, but you can't. What a bizarre place this is.
Says the half-naked cape guy who pulled at my head so hard it almost came off.
Oh well, I'll have to leave you here. Make sure you don't go anywhere
So wait,
alone.
does he
You
feel
hear me?
pain when taking off the head? Because he takes off the head when he grows a body inside at some point.
I won't let you abandon me. I get lonely real fast. I'm coming with you.
You didn't figure that, Teddy. Teddy, you didn't realize the invisible walls there? Come on, man.
Sorry. I'll come back for you when all this is settled.
All right. Intro stuff done.
Yasagami High School. I remember seeing that name in the report on Inaba.
Ladies and gentlemen, what will the next match be like? Wow, this is one fired up crowd. Hi everyone, I, Rizette, will be your commentator. But first, the General would like to say a few words. The mic's all yours, sir.
Ahem. Well then, I'm proud to announce the opening of our very own P1 Grand Prix! Presenting the manliest of all men! Oh, so you've come this far. I applaud your bravery in not running away.
Still hiding behind a monitor? It's about time you showed up in person. I'll crush you.
Nope, sorry, but I'm not falling for a cheap ploy like that. You better follow the rules. Allow me to explain. The P1 Grand Prix is a one-on-one battle. Those who are paired off must fight. Only the winner may move on.
Huh. Interesting. Who are you gonna make me fight? Huh? Who are they?
I don't have to answer that.
Oh, he must have seen the, like, intro trailer thing to, like, all the P4 characters. Yeah. The trailer for the P1 Grand Prix thing.
Sorry, but I don't have time to play along. I'm taking back Labris.
You are?
Huh?
Don't think everything's gonna be that easy for you. You all should suffer, and suffer, and then suffer some more!
It won't be easy, huh? Whatever. I never expected it to be. This is what I'd figure another world would be like. Huh.
I put all my strength into that strike, but the wall barely gave it all. If it shakes, that means it's taking some damage. If I kept attacking it, I may be able to break through a portion of it and punch my way out. I really don't know how much of this whole charade I can break through by destroying these walls. It won't be a smart way of expending my energy. That's when something catches my eye. A window. When I reach out towards it, the invisible wall doesn't impede any of my progress.
I knew it. Whoever set this up only thought about blocking people.
Oh yeah, we saw this in like one of the
Anywhere
first
there already
people.
was a
I think
real
with
wall got overlooked.
maybe with you or like Chie or something. I think it was Chie. Yeah, she like watches Akihiko jump out the window, and the joke ending is following him down there. I think.
Then I'll just go another way.
I put my hand on the window's frame and jump outside. I land near a classroom that seems to be partly below ground level. I look through one of its windows. The interior is odd. It looks like it's a music room. The window's closed, but it's still just a glass window. If this was a real school, I'd hesitate to do this, but hey, it's a fake world. I rear back and put my fist through the window. At least use your boots, gosh darn it. Even if it's not a real world, it's still gonna hurt getting cut by fake glass. Alright, whatever.
Whoa! What the?
I played enough
Who are you?
Project Zomboid. You do not try and break a glass window with your bare hands. I never noticed that the like sheet music on the back wall there, it's spelling out the P1 thing, or you know, the P1 Grand Prix or whatever. Probably not. Unfortunately. I mean, the second half of Mitsuru stuff took like an hour and a half, but I guess we'll see how quickly things go. I'm kind of speeding through Akihiko stuff a little bit, so we might be able to at least get to, I guess, today.
Huh? You're that guy from the video.
Did you just come falling from up there? What's going on? Answer me!
I remember now. You're the blood-curdling beefsteak emperor.
Hell no, come on! Did you even try to remember my name?
So that P1 Grand Prix thing has already started. Hey, take off your clothes.
Oh, jeez. How did he come to that conclusion? I don't know what kind of circumstances the Kanji guy is faced with, but if we're gonna fight, we might as well do it right.
What the hell? How can you ask that straight out?
What's wrong with what I said? Won't it be hard to maneuver wearing that?
Maneuver?
Okay. Why is he getting all flustered? His face is red. Maybe he's just not feeling well?
What are you all flustered for? I'm talking about your jacket. If you don't wear it right, it'll get in your way during the fight.
Oh, my jacket? You just said that to begin with? There's no real meaning behind this. It's like, just the way I wear it.
It's plain weird.
Akihiko, zero self-awareness whatsoever.
Says the guy who's half naked except for a cape.
Yeah, Akihiko's self-awareness has been thrown out,
You're
apparently.
Ridiculous. It's bad manners to jump out a window like that.
Sorry to say, I've never been big on manners. Too bad things didn't go your way.
We'll see if you can keep that attitude up for long. You must fight whoever you're paired with. Now get started.
I wonder at what point he starts breaking through walls. Because then in at least one of the routes, Akihiko says, yeah, I realized that, like, there are invisible walls everywhere, but he didn't bother putting, like, invisible walls inside the actual walls. So just beat down the actual walls to get here faster.
Ace, you keep saying the weirdest crap. Looks like I'll have to make you leave. Let's get this started, Capey.
What, now you're interested? All right, come and get me.
You're not really strong anyway. Just a fake. Nothing worthy about it.
What's that supposed to mean?
Shut up! Try to ask yourself that. Here goes.
Alright.
Final. Fight!
I wonder what that, like, wind thing at the bottom left is. Might be a combo meter kind of thing. It seems like it goes up when I do damage, and then, like, goes back down to 0. This is annoying. I should just do a normal combo and finish him off. Hold on, wait. I have 150 SP. Yes, down, 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 then YB. Okay. Oh no! Shoot.
They lost the lead. What a
I was dumb.
disappointment.
I died because I was like, ooh, I can do the ultimate. And then I just died. Cyclone gauge? Okay. Not sure what that does, but okay.
Final. Fight! Stay out of this!
Nothing. Eat this. What the hell? You ain't bad.
Interesting. I hit B there, and I think he, Wait, does Akihiko not have grabs? Haven't done any instant kills yet. Here, let me see if I can. There we go. There we go. On up to the plate. Meet your fate. Walk it straight into the light. Understand. Oh, geez, he didn't have any cape on there. I take a deep breath next to the collapsed kanji. Okay.
It's amazing. So this is what you meant by going at it with nothing to hide.
When did I say that?
You're one passionate guy. Guess you're no ordinary pervert.
Oh, since when am I a pervert?
Ow! Man, for a dream, this sure hurts.
Oh, right. Kanji thinks this is a dream. Because he fell in when he was half asleep.
Look at a dude I've never met before is here in my dream.
Dream? What are you talking about? Aren't we inside the TV world?
Huh?
The TV world. If you can dream with your eyes open, I'm pretty impressed.
I mean, that's just daydreaming.
You're inside the TV? I seriously thought this was all a dream.
Hey, do you have any idea who the other people in that video were?
They were pretty much all my friends, but...
Oh, crap.
Thought this was a dream, so I kinda sorta beat the snot out of a couple of them.
Well, if they lost to someone who was half asleep, they'll just have to suck it up.
You think so? Things are just that black and white to you, huh? Wait, if this isn't a dream, then Ted and Rise are really hosting it?
General Teddy. The other Teddy said that he was a fake.
A fake? You're kidding me! How'd he make such a perfect copy of the bear suit?
That's the part you're hung up on?
Yeah,
This is a good conversation. I
I
like this conversation.
Enjoy watching friends crush each other.
You seem pretty sure of your friends.
Man, the things I went through with those guys. And here I thought you were a pervert who wasn't listening to a word I said. Guess I had you figured wrong.
By the way, have you heard the name Labris anywhere? She's supposed to be somewhere in here.
Huh? Lab rat? What?
I see. No, if you don't know, don't worry about it.
Hey, wait a second. You haven't told me anything about you. Who are you? What did you come inside the TV for?
There's no point in explaining.
What? Well, I was the loser here, so I can't complain. This isn't a dream, and my friends are in trouble.
I know. I won't let anything happen to them.
The way you fought says it all. You can't throw punches like that without a shitload of training. You can feel your determination behind every one.
Yeah, the same's true for you. Good work.
Praise is exchanged after trying to beat each other senseless. We have a moment only those who have just brawled against each other can share. Kanji's skills are exceptional for a high school student. When I was in the boxing club, there's only a handful of guys who could stand to trade blows with me like he just did. Considering that he's this good with his self-taught fighting skills, there's no question he'd become an unparalleled fighter if he had proper training.
You should be careful. My friends are hella strong, you know? If you're not careful, you'll be eating pavement.
Was that supposed to be a genuine warning for me? Or was that just a boast about how great his friends are? Does this all feel like a Yakuza side quest? I mean, you're not entirely wrong. The goofy writing definitely helps. With Akihiko here.
My fists can't be stopped that easily.
You know who Akihiko is, Jeppo? He is literally Mr. Shakedown. His backstory is literally like one of the Mr. Shakedown backstories. I am here to get stronger. I see strong person. I beat you up. He's like, literally, there's one of the, was it? One of the Mr. Shakedowns for Kiryu literally says, I'm only stealing your money because I want you to take this seriously. Because I want to fight strong people, and I know if I take your money, you'll fight me seriously. You won't bother otherwise. It's literally that. Like, that would be Akihiko's role if he ever showed up in, like, a Yakuza game or something. He would be that guy.
This is pointless.
Yeah.
Guess they fixed that little loophole.
Well, I mean, Yakuza is a bit more mature than Persona. At least Persona 4 and 5. And it's a lot more anime than Yakuza is. Yakuza is pretty anime, but tends to be a bit more grounded. And like in its visual style and everything.
No more breaking the rules. Seriously, why can't some people follow simple directions?
You act like I ever intended on following your rules.
Akihiko, you're all right.
Oh, do we have to fight Mitsuru?
And again, seeing you isn't necessarily cause for celebration. If we're both here in one place, that means...
Yeah, looks like it. So, you're my next opponent.
This is exactly what the enemy wanted.
At the very least, I could definitely see like a side quest or something in a Yakuza game that references Persona, right? I don't know if they do like a direct connection to like one of the characters, but they could have like somebody cosplaying as like one of the characters, or like they could have the game be like a reference to the games be inside of a Yakuza storyline. Like you could totally see like a side quest where somebody thinks they're like a devil summoner, or they like try and summon a Persona and fight Kiryu or something, or like there's a cosplayer or a character that looks suspiciously like Joker or something, you know. You could see something like that with like kind of a goofy storyline to go along with it.
Well, this is about to get real interesting. An unwanted battle between friends. I hope you two enjoy it to the fullest.
Is that supposed to upset us? Can you believe this guy, Mitsuru?
It certainly is an unwanted battle between friends. I have no intention of fighting against Mitsuru, but we both understand what needs to be done in order to accomplish the mission. There's no way we'd allow a little something like this to shake our resolve. Oddly, when I look back towards Mitsuru, I see her looking at me with pity.
I'm sorry, Akihiko. I believe I may have driven you into a corner.
Huh? What do you mean?
I should have realized much sooner. It's not strength you truly desire. What you really want is to forget your fear of losing others. That's why you throw yourself so fervently into your training. It's a twisted form of escape. At the very least, you can allow me to put an end to such things.
Teddy and Kanji also started getting
I like that
personal
he's still
before the
calling him
fight.
Teddy. What is this? The Kuma Kuma anime? There's like a an isekai anime where a girl gets isekai'd into an MMO, but she has to wear like this OP equipment, and it's like it's a teddy bear like onesie, but it's like super good equipment, so she just wears it all the time. It's like called like Kuma 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 or something, which is just bear.
Is this some kind of trick?
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
It's kind of fun.
Sounds to
It's good.
me like she means
I think it's getting an anime. I've been keeping up with the manga.
I don't know what you're up to here, but you're gonna have to try harder.
I've been checked and seen if it's got any new chapters recently.
It's fine though. I'll just take this chance to enjoy some serious sparring. There were a bunch of people I wanted to fight once I got back to Japan to test my skills, and you were at the top of the list, Mitsuru. Didn't think I'd get a chance so soon though.
Here goes, Akihiko.
Come and get me, Mitsuru.
I mean, Akihiko was already spoiling for a fight. He's fine sparring with his friends.
Final.
You're definitely right that Akihiko uses his persona the least out of anybody. His normal combo doesn't even use Caesar.
In the end, the victor was no surprise.
Okay. I did use a move that used up SP there. Okay. Interesting.
Ugh, I yield. Your skills have improved tremendously, Akihiko.
I assume that Mitsuru is going to explain the whole, like, hey, we're not actually saying those things.
Yours
kind of thing.
too. I was really worried there that you might execute me. Mitsuru, what did I say to you before the fight?
Huh? Why do you ask? As
Oh,
I
didn't-
recall, you said some unkind
Has Mitsuru
things
not
about
figured
my
it
late
out in this
father.
go around? Maybe this is her first fight against someone.
How can you fight without holding back like that? People hesitate more when they face their friends. They break down. They suffer. So how come you aren't suffering? Why? I don't understand.
I'm not surprised. Anyone who needs to trick people to get his way wouldn't understand. Our bonds aren't that flimsy.
Akihiko, let's compare notes. I want to confirm our situation.
Right. Although I don't have much for you. Did you find Labris?
Iga seems to have made contact with her. She seems to be calling herself the student council president of the school. In fact, she's going so far as to play the part.
Play the part?
She seems to be unaware that she entered a TV. It's possible that someone forced her in here, but that doesn't explain why she's acting out a role in school life. And one more thing. I heard a strange voice. I'm not certain, but it's most likely Labris. Either her inner thoughts or her memories. It was a voice of deep sorrow, suffering, sadness. It was so vivid I wanted to cover my ears. If that was truly Labris, then she's practically human. She may not be that far behind Igus in terms of mimesis.
Sure, Igus's sister unit would have a mind. But does that mean the older version is more advanced?
Doesn't seem likely, but I can't say for certain.
That's a good point. Like, it took Igus a long time, like what, several months to like start becoming more human after constant exposure to other people. Labris has been locked up in a box for 13 years. She might have emotions, but they would all probably be negative ones.
Still, I'm only speculating, but I feel like her deeply negative emotions are connected to this tournament.
Connected how?
Do you really think Labris was stolen? The general seemed to want to make us suffer rather than eliminate us. Would a thief wish for that? Or draw in unrelated high school students?
I see. That General Teddy's actions do seem in line with what Labris wants. He actually may in fact be Labris.
It's possible that Labris regained consciousness much earlier and escaped when she was being transported.
Mitsuru, you're doing your brow furrowing thing again.
What? That doesn't matter right now.
You're overthinking things. All this conjecture and speculation will drive you nuts. Let's pick this up again once we defeat the enemy.
Ever think that maybe it's you who's underthinking things?
Anyway, there's no time to lose right now. You know where the enemy is, right?
Yes, I've traced its location. It should be nearby. I will leave the rest to you, Akihiko. Don't disappoint me, all right?
Ha! Of course not.
Alright, we are getting through this a lot faster since I'm skipping all the in-head narration after a certain point.
The announcement room. Here we go.
We should have a fight against Labris if it follows the same trend as Mitsuru. But would that be the end? I guess so, because Mitsuru was extra long because you had that stuff about the formation of the shadow group or whatever.
Whoa! It's that red cape guy I saw earlier!
I guess this isn't the timeline where he busts through the wall still holding kanji.
So...
Oh, my bad. So it wasn't Labrys after all. Oh, because he can see Labrys and the, yeah, the General Teddy. Alright, we just saw that.
I am a shadow.
It's the same
The
cutscene.
true self.
Another Labrys.
Yeah, so that's what we saw in, Chie's, storyline. But I think they added the smoke to cover up the fact that Kanji used to be dragged behind him there. Like, he was dragging Kanji behind him. In, Chie's
Fine. I'll just
storyline,
calm
I
them
think.
both down.
Oh, that's this. We don't even get to fight Labrys? Dang, that was really short. Okay. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna get to Aegis, so that's good. Yeah, let's get through Aegis today, and then next week we can do Labrys and Elizabeth, and then we can get the endings, I think, of everybody. Start working through those.
Are you awake?
No? Well, don't we have to do Aegis next?
I'm sorry. I had turned off my consciousness to test the new equipment installed on me.
Yes, that's why we use the emergency channel. We've been asked to go into action.
I think that's Yu's voice actor. It sounds like him.
Has something happened? Who sent the request?
Labrys and Liz for last. Okay.
We'll brief you on the details in transit. Also, regulations say that the member with the lowest serial number is in command. Currently, that's you.
I'm in command? Are you sure about this? After all, I'm...
You're well suited for it, in my opinion.
Understood.
Yeah, that sounds like Yu's voice actor. Okay, so we're at the plane.
Tell me about the situation and make it quick. We don't have much time.
Right, so this is during the takeover of the plane. Okay. Well then, at the very least, it'd be nice if we could get to Aegis's cliffhanger, and then we can start working through the endings and stuff. That'll be good. Because Thursday I have that like account review, that 6-year account review, and then yeah, next week we'll start to get to the endings and all that stuff. Okay. Labrys and then Elizabeth, I guess. Yeah, my Azur Lane, that gacha game I play, I do a account review of it every year. For my own sake, and just kind of looked back on. I don't want to do like a bunch of content about the game, so no stream Thursday. No, there will be a stream, but it won't be of this game. I don't know. Going back and forth on whether I want to do an extra stream of this on Friday. I kind of don't. I'd rather work on a video or something else, but meh, maybe I will.
There hasn't been a plane hijacked in this country in over 10 years. None of us, not even me, have dealt with this before. Still, the procedure remains the same. Trust yourself, remember your training, and keep a cool head.
So... I do. Yeah. Probably going to continue next Tuesday, probably.
Come on, talk to us.
Right, the hijackers aren't giving any demands or anything. I'm guessing so, yeah.
Sir, there's a report
It's
from
probably
HQ.
just like one or
They
two
picked up a
fights
transmission from one of the passenger
against
cell
like Shadow
phones.
Labrys or something.
It's a smartphone with GPS, so they can tell it's inside the plane.
Confirm those details for me. man's life is at stake if we don't wrap this up within the hour. Looks like we can't stall for time.
Oh wait, did it seriously say somebody needs like, Oh, somebody had a heart attack. Gotcha. There was an automated message that went off. Somebody had a life alert on the plane apparently, and so when he had a heart attack, his phone sent out a notification to the hospital or whatever. Somebody's in seriously bad straits inside the plane.
What? Withdraw? This is a hijacking. What are you thinking withdrawing our people?
There's a lot of
Yes,
text
I understand.
that like really doesn't need to be here.
What's going on?
Orders are orders. We'll fall back at once. Get ready.
For what? Can I accept your request for what? No? No. I don't know you. If you want to join the Discord and hang out, that's fine, but I don't know you? To my understanding, this is the first time we've ever talked. I understand you've probably been lurking a while, but like I don't know you at all?
Who are you?
For the next half hour, we're in command of this scene.
You didn't answer the question. Who's responsible for this? So you're the one in charge?
Yes,
Are you shitting me?
there is no time to waste quarreling.
Are you not even gonna tell me who you're with?
I cannot.
So you expect me to hand over control of the scene to you without even telling me who the hell you are?
I believe orders to withdraw have already been issued.
Lady, I don't know what kind of juice you have with the brass, but are you ready to be responsible for the deaths of those passengers?
Your protests are doing nothing to relieve the danger. Rescuing them as soon as possible is my, or rather, our duty. Have faith in us. We too wish to save them.
Right. But you got exactly 30 minutes and not a second more.
Understood. Well then, move in as naturally as possible while staying in their blind spots.
The closest we can get without them noticing will be about 10 meters from the plane.
That will be more than enough. Now, let's begin.
The stair car stops. The girl gets out of the driver's seat. She walks behind the vehicle, turns towards the passenger plane, and squats down.
What's she doing?
She's gonna jump. She's gonna jump inside the plane. The captain brings up a pair of binoculars to see what she'll do. At first, he assumed she's gonna use the stair car's movement as a decoy and send her team in from a different direction. Like humans, most vehicles have significant blind spots above and underneath. If that doesn't seem to be her plan, does she plan to make her move while using the stair car as cover? Is she possibly going to snipe them? The captain discards the possibility. It'd be foolish to set up a sniper perch at a lower angle of elevation where the girl is now. When the captain mulls over the question, the girl makes an unexpected move. She appears to lower her stance slightly one moment, and in the next, she's no longer in sight. By the time the captain realizes she's running, she's already reached the top of the stair car. Her slender body launches like a cannonball from the top of the steps.
She jumped?
Even the SAT members voiced their surprise. The girl leap arcs a distance of over 10 meters. It's clearly beyond the abilities of a human being. Coming in the middle of a hijacking, the scene seems even more surreal. The girl lands on top of the aircraft and stands as if nothing unusual had happened. She looks back at the aircraft beneath her and slowly turns her head to scan it from back to front. Reminds the captain of the movement of a security camera. How? He knows it should be impossible, but he wonders if she can see through the plane's ceiling. Eventually, the girl seems convinced of something and begins walking. When she reaches the boarding hatch of the front, she moves her right hand to her back. The captain notices that a special knife, coated in gray from blade to hilt, is in her hand.
What's she gonna do with that knife?
The girl suddenly lowers her stance and slides down the side of the aircraft. Then you are going to cry during the end of the answer, probably, Nash. Just as she's about to fall, she thrusts the knife into the jamb of the hatch and dangles from it.
Crazy.
She then uses her left hand to pull the handle and unlock the hatch with ease. Once the thick, airtight door juts out of the aircraft, the girl nimbly jumps into the plane. The captain is shocked by her dauntless methods. He begins to wonder if she intends to defuse the situation on her own. The captain lowers the binoculars and faces the reality before him with his own eyes. What in the world is she? The doubts he had dismissed rise within him again. I mean, she just jumped over 10 meters on top of a plane, and then, like, yeah. A warning light goes off in the cramped cockpit. Two people there notice it at once. One of them is the captain sitting in the pilot's seat. The other is a man holding a gun to the back of the captain's head. The light is labeled hatch open. Even an amateur can understand what it means. The man suddenly tenses and stands ready at the passenger side door. He prepares himself for someone to charge through it. He quickly regains composure and turns the gun back on the captain. The man casts irritated glances back and forth between the captain and the door for a while. He eventually approaches the door, his gun pointing at the captain. He cautiously cracks open the door and looks for the passenger seating. Just outside the cockpit is the first class section. But the passengers were gathered in economy class at the time of the hijacking. First class is empty. Man squints. To ward off observation or worse, snipers, the window covers work down. Coming into the darkened plane from the bright cockpit forces his eyes to adjust. But from the corner of one eye, he sees a gleam of light shining in that's unlike the regular ones. That's just kind of bad grammar. Yeah, he sees a gleam of light shining in that's unlike the regular ones. That's just bad grammar. Somebody messed up with that one. And within that light is a silhouette. But before he can react, the silhouetted figure closes the distance. The hand grabs the edge of the door and opens it with tremendous force. Two quick, heavy blows follow. The man collapses without sound. The captain turns around in surprise to see the intruder, a blonde girl with an index finger to her lips, signaling silence. She first lays the man on the ground and then removes the pistol from his hand. On closer inspection, it's only a model gun, supplemented with metal parts. That's dangerous. The seam between the parts in different places compared to a real gun. If taken apart, the disassembled pieces would look nothing like a real pistol. The girl then takes handcuffs from a small pouch on her waist and fastens the man's arms to a seat leg near the window. Even if he wakes up, he'll be unable to stand. Though the captain still looks as if he wishes to say something, the girl meets his, eyes meet his, and insists on silence as she leaves. The curtains dividing the first class and economy are closed. The girl hides herself behind it and peeks through. There's a man on each of the aisles on the left and right. Neither seems to have noticed her. Passengers and cabin crew are crammed in the seats in the back. Everyone's placement matches the readings of what her heat sensors picked up from above the plane. Both remaining hijackers are closer to first class. The man closest to her is only a few steps away. She judges that he can easily be disabled if she moves quickly. They're both carrying pistols, but they're the same types of the downed as the downed hijacker. From what she can see, these two are mere model guns. The girl swiftly pushes aside the curtain and grabs the closer man's right wrist. The hijacker, caught off guard by the sudden appearance of such a slender girl, stops moving for a moment. He surrenders any chance of victory he may have had. With a pained cry, he drops the pistol to the ground. The girl uses her grip on his right hand to put him on the ground, then smoothly pulls out another pair of handcuffs and locks his arms to the passenger seat. The man thrashes about, but despite his struggle, he's no better than a worm writhing on the ground. The last hijacker finally recovers from her shock and aims his gun. The girl pulls a button from the other man's sleeves and flicks it towards her opponent's face. The button travels at immense speed, though it was only launched from her fingers. The man tries to shield his face, but it's too late. It groans in pain when the projectile strikes his forehead. The girl does not let the opportunity pass. She easily jumps over the 3-seat-wide center block of seats with one arm and grabs the man's right hand. There she repeats the same procedure she used before. Their weapons are immediately seized while they are restrained on the floor. The passengers are only now grasping what's happening before their eyes.
Do not be alarmed. I have come to rescue you. Your safety has not been secured yet, so please stay calm and remain in your seats. Excuse me. We were told someone requires medical assistance for their chronic heart illness. His name is...
Just as the girl approaches the center of the plane, she senses a male passenger stand up from his seat. He is extremely calm and quiet as he does so. The girl belatedly picks up on the incongruity. All of the other passengers are nervous. It's then that she feels something hard pressing up against the back of her head. She knows without looking it's the muzzle of a gun. The nearby passenger's cry of relief suddenly turns to
I am
screams.
impressed with your judgment to stay hidden until an opportunity arose.
The girl is unperturbed as she continues to look straight ahead. The man stays silent and keeps the pistol pressed to her head. She knows there's no danger of being shot, but she's not yet sure that he was the only one in hiding. Left with no choice, the girl accedes to his demand and moves forward. After about 10 steps, the man stands up, as another man stands up, as expected.
Ah, and you too.
The man doesn't answer. He slowly approaches from the front. The girl's now sandwiched from the front and back. At that moment, footsteps from beyond the curtain leading into footsteps sound beyond the curtain leading into first class. The two culprits both react at once, but it's too late. Over 10 men in black rush in at once from beyond the curtain. While the girl had drawn the hijacker's attention with a scuffle, the stair car had closed in. They pinned down the man standing in front. Okay. So they got the other two. Okay. The girl stands up and looks around. If there are any more hijackers inside the plane, this would be their last chance to make a stand. But no one rises from their seat. She glances towards the men in black and they nod back in acknowledgement. Seems the crisis has been averted. Okay.
She's done already?
It hasn't even been 5 minutes. There should have been at least 3 hijackers.
5 total.
You know what they remind me of is those guys. Like Men in Black or something.
Okay. Alright.
Captain, who are those people? Is that one even human?
This is supposedly for cases
Oh.
that are a little strange. I hear they have some official standing with the police, too. Though it's all some private enterprise.
I know, it's like
technically
talking
there's no authority
for like 10 minutes, and then there's like 1 to 2 minutes of fighting, and then it's like talking. There is a ridiculous amount of like talking for a fighting game.
What?
Not to mention
But
all the
this is
text and
Japan
everything.
we're talking about.
Like, if it was just the voiced lines, it wouldn't be that bad, but there's all this like stuff that's being described instead of shown on screen.
A search and destroy unit that answers to no department and keeps no records. I've heard them called shadow operatives.
A girl?
Oh, Labras. Why are you wearing Aegis's dress? Yeah, the girl seems to be about her age, is wearing a plain cape-like dress. For some reasons, her appearance feels unsettling. To begin with, given the heightened security, the parking entrance should be strictly sealed, yet the figure looks like a civilian.
May I check on something?
What is it?
If you look towards my left, in front of the luggage loading bay is... She's not there. That can't be.
Girl looks around, but the figure is nowhere to be seen. Where could she have gone in this open space with nowhere to hide?
What's the matter?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was apparently seeing things.
Yeah, that was the same exact dress that Aegis wears when you first meet her. Alright.
Are you all right, Mitsuru-san?
I guess. I didn't think you'd be the one to come.
Oh, Mitsuru was on the plane at the time. Huh, they didn't mention that in Mitsuru's story. Whatever.
In fact, I was surprised to be called on to deal with something like this. The suspects made no demands. What were they after?
Who knows?
At first, I thought I was summoned because you were their target, Mitsuru-san.
The higher-ups must have thought the same thing and panicked, especially considering there's cargo on that plane they wouldn't want made public. Wait a second, that cargo...
Is something wrong?
This hijack seems strange now that I think about it. They made their move before takeoff, which is odd timing, and they forced the boarding announcement to be stopped. I thought maybe it was their way of trying to pull it off with a small team.
Are you saying that rather than a passenger, they were after that cargo? It's true that no one would consider the unloaded luggage during a hijacking.
I guess I need you to check on my things. Though if I'm right, it's already too late.
Even if you're right, why would they be interested in your belongings?
My usual cargo wouldn't be worth hijacking a plane over. But I was carrying something sensitive this time. Normally, if they wanted it, they'd have to bypass a Kirijo facility's security or attack the vehicle transporting it. But by doing it this way, they can divert the entire country's attention with a few model guns.
Mitsuru-san's cargo. Sensitive belongings for a vacation. I understand. Hijacking a plane out of a desperate desire for
I thought
undergarments.
that's where she was going with
This
this.
incident will surely go down in history.
Mitsuru's eyes bulge at the unexpected comment.
What? You're jumping to conclusions. It's not sensitive in that way.
I
Besides,
guess
my underwear is in this bag and...
that's right. I forgot how good of a sense of humor Aigis has once she becomes more human.
That's it. Enough about underwear. More accurately, my cargo contained items from Ergo Research. My trip to Kagoshima was partly vacation, but also to oversee their transferal to Yakushima.
Aigis speaking. I see. Understood. It's as you suspected. They found that one of the boxes scheduled for transport has gone missing.
I thought as much. We must get it back, I guess. The rest of the team can finish up here. I need you to come with me.
Will you be joining the search as well?
Well, I am personally involved, so yes.
In other words, you will officially rejoin the unit and participate in this mission. To be more direct, is it accurate to say that you are abandoning your vacation? Then I hereby transfer command authority to you, Mitsuru-san. Regulations state that the member with the lowest serial number is to take command. And since you are member number 1...
I guess then MC would probably be number 0 if he ever got back.
the official leader of the Security Department Shadow Response Unit, also called the Shadow Operatives.
I do wonder if they're ever gonna bring MC back properly in like a spin-off game or something. Now that Persona 3 Reload has come out and like more people are aware, especially aware, like with the answer and everything, I wonder if people are like gonna be more interested in seeing the MC of P3 come back in some capacity as like a spin-off game or something, and like part of a spin-off game or whatever. You know? I feel like, I don't know, maybe? Maybe? I don't know. I just don't know how much Atlas cares or wants to do that anymore. Because it seems like they really wanted to keep somewhat of a connected universe between the games when it came to P3 and P4. Between the Arena games and everything. But with P5, like, the only crossovers we got with P3 and P4, and that all of the P5 spin-off games was nods at, like, either putting in the battle music or like nods or with Persona Q2, you know, being kind of like a you know, just kind of write it off as like it's not really canon. It's not canon if it conflicts with other things, you know. So
I had a feeling I wouldn't be able to enjoy this vacation.
just kind
for
of like
long.
fan servicey kind of thing.
But I can't allow anyone
This
to
feels
be
more
hurt
like
again
they
by
were
the
trying to
things
connect
we,
the two games and keep
the
like an
Kirijo group,
overall
created.
plot going of some
We'll
kind.
get this cargo
Even
back
if it
at
is
all
like a
costs.
fighting side game.
Mission or no mission, I'm making it a personal priority.
I mean, Ultimax, they bring back Adachi.
Understood.
Okay. Backstory from P3. P3 backstory. Yep. Shadow operatives. Yep. Labrys's container got stolen, quote unquote. Okay.
And the interrogation of the suspects?
It's begun, but all of them are claiming that their memories at the time are very foggy, so they've been sent in for evaluation. The psychologists who interviewed them think it's possible they're not lying.
Okay, I actually do have to use the bathroom a minute, so let me go use the bathroom real quick, and then I will come back. This is the during the exam music. Anyway, let me go use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back, and then we'll keep going with the Aegis' stuff. Okay.
So none of the 5 have any memories of what happened during the hijacking.
Normally that would seem preposterous. There may have been some hypnotic effect, but even then...
We're dealing with someone after materials from Ergo research. They'll likely be very well informed about shadows and the mind. Knowing that, it doesn't seem so strange. It would also explain the extreme lengths they went to create a decoy. What else do we know?
Since the cage storing the 5th generation is too large to transport by personal auto, we narrowed our search to large vehicles that left the airport. That, combined with the testimony from our observer and data from the transmitter, allowed us to pinpoint the vehicle in question. The police are already pursuing it via the N system. This is the most recent photo.
The Inaba area. Wasn't this the place where...
Okay. Well, have a good night, Will. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you had a good day. Talk to you later.
Yes, our routine investigation last year rated the potential shadow activity in the area at level 4.
Let's talk about the stolen 5th generation unit. Aegis, as the 7th generation, would be her younger sister.
A sister. My older sister.
I'd like to know why she was sealed.
5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Labris. The records show her to be the first model fitted with an artificial personality.
In other words, she has a heart?
There's no knowing if it was developed enough to call it that. She seems to have been made to gather test data rather than actual field use.
What are her combat capabilities?
She wasn't given firearms, since her regulatory system was inadequate. So she was instead loaded with some kind of special equipment. Unfortunately, the majority of the records pertaining to her are missing, which means that's the extent of our knowledge.
Special equipment?
We also don't know why she was sealed. Many of the documents regarding the old Ergo research were lost, probably to cover up incriminating evidence. We don't even know what she looks like. All we do know is that she was a life-sized android.
We'll just have to find out along the way. I'll need these 3 individuals' cooperations. I'd like to join them in the field.
Are you sure about this?
Try not to make a scene when fetching them. Not all of them are part of our organization. And Aegis, frankly, I think we can assume that there'll be combat involved. Will you be alright with that?
I think technically yes. Although Metis is a weird case, because she's technically... Spoilers for the answer. Spoilers for the answer, anybody who's listening. Well, actually, wait, Jeppa, do you want me to spoil the answer? Because it's literally the DLC is coming out in, like, next month. In, like, a couple of weeks here. Do you want me to spoil what the story is a little bit? Why not? Okay. But, again, spoilers. For something that's coming out in 2 weeks. So... I mean, Fez. Okay, you're fine then. Metis is the, like, basically the parts of Aegis that are afraid of the fact that, and are worried about the fact that, like, she couldn't save her friend, that she couldn't save the MC, right? She's not technically an actual, like, robot, and she goes away after the answer and everything. She's just, like, a part of, Aegis that, like... She's basically kind of the proto-Shadow. Like, if P4 has, like, you know, those Shadow versions of people, like, that's basically what she is for Aegis. She is... kind of treated like Aegis' sister, but she's more so like part of Aegis' personality. The reason why she tries to kill Aegis' friends at the start of the answer is because she believes that those bonds are hurting Aegis because she's afraid of losing her friends. Which doesn't make sense, I know, but that's, from what I remember, that is the explanation. So.
I thank you for your concern, but I'll be fine. I will do my duty.
Well then.
Yep, my bad. Yeah, I'm not sure if Metis counts, really.
Will
yeah,
we be
she
able
is.
to find Labris? My sister?
I mean, she was cute in her, school uniform as well. It's kind of the same thing, but she gets to keep the tie this time.
Will we be able to save her?
No, wait, she had a tie
Isn't
with
that
her
what you really want to ask?
school uniform too, didn't she?
Don't worry. As I mentioned to Akihiko, fighting Labris is not our priority. The reason I formed this shadow operative team is to save lives. We will find her, whatever it takes, and bring her back. We can do this.
Yes. I'm sorry to be so pessimistic.
She must have to have custom-tailored suits, not only to help hide the fact that she's a machine, but also because the collar is just built into her. She just has a collar on her at all times.
Those feelings you have for Labris, you should tell her when you see her.
I will.
Yeah.
Mitsuru-san, our activities are supposed to be undercover, correct?
Yes.
For undercover missions, it will be necessary to keep all personnel and vehicles from being noticed.
Right.
Mitsuru-san, may I say something that I've been meaning to say for a while now?
No.
Understood.
All I told them was to give us a car with enough space.
Oh yeah, she's just saying that the limousine will stand out wherever she parks. Wherever we go, people will peer into the windows out of curiosity. We avoid the public eye as much as possible and finally park in what looks like a site for vehicle disposal on the outskirts of town. I was hoping that we'd get a little bit of her insight when she was making that joke. Where's best girl Fuka? I don't know. I guess she might be in Ultimax, right? I was kind of hoping, because we saw that cutscene with Naoto's perspective of Mitsuru saying the other members would wait in the car. I was hoping we'd see like Fuka or somebody waiting, like who was gonna sit this one out in the car. And that's what they meant, but I guess they meant just kind of some of the regular schmucks.
Our contact has arrived.
Oh my, This was not our designated meeting area, yet he has discovered us.
Suddenly, something not unlike exasperation or disappointment appears on his face.
You want to know how I did it?
A cough interrupts
We
us.
appreciate your cooperation, Detective Kurosawa.
Long time no see, miss. And I guess, was it?
Indeed. It has been a while.
Oh, sorry for staring. A humanoid weapon. I was skeptical when I heard, but seeing you in person doesn't leave any room for doubt.
I'm sorry that I kept it hidden back then.
It's all right. It would have caused more of a headache if you'd gone around looking like that. Seeing you laugh like that makes it harder to believe you're a machine.
I shouldn't make you stand while we talk. Please, get in.
Ah, sorry. I haven't seen you in a while, so I had a lot to say. I found out quite a bit regarding the case you had me look into. First, I reviewed the report on the incidents from last year. One of the suspects mentioned the word persona.
So what went on here last year?
It's probably related, but I wasn't done
Okay,
there.
so some of this
If
we've
you could-
already seen.
Just what he claimed there.
This
I got
Explanation of
into
P4
This-
stuff,
that-
TV
that's all.
world.
Thank you very
Oh, that fi-
Mitsuru-san, this could be bad. Our sense of social aptitude is in question.
Can't deny that.
What should we do now?
Yes. First, we'll need to test the claim that Persona user...
There is a...
Wait, I guess.
Don't worry. I'm just going to touch it.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm just gonna touch it. That's not always that doesn't always work out, I guess. Oh, don't worry, I'm just gonna touch the landmine.
Amazing.
I'm just gonna touch the pool of acid.
Interesting. It's
Don't worry.
exactly as the police report said. What's it like inside? Do you feel anything?
Not particularly. No. Wait a moment. It's the same as mine. It's hard to say definitively since this is my first encounter with it, but I believe this reading is from a personality module.
Does that mean our retrieval target is inside the TV?
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like the voice actor for Yu Narakami. You're right that it does kind of sound like Adachi, but it also kind of sounds like the voice actor they have for Yu Narakami. I think he at least did one of the voices here. For the like Men in Black, like one of the random schmucks that works with Mitsuru.
Sounds like fun.
Is that Akihiko?
You didn't show up at the rendezvous point, so I went looking and found you here. This whole TV thing is pretty interesting.
It's been a while, Akihiko-san.
Yeah, good seeing you.
Yeah, no Adachi to Ultimax, yeah.
Akihiko,
Well,
what
we're
on
getting
earth
there.
are you wearing? Just what were you doing overseas?
Didn't I tell you that I was on a...
Don't tell me you can't.
So, Jeppo, is the story of Ultimax as verbose as this one is? It seems like it's got a different format at the very least. It seems like a tree of fights instead of like going through all the characters one by one.
Anyway.
No? Okay, cool.
We can get inside from that TV, right? And what are we waiting for?
Still the same Akihiko. We don't know the situation inside yet, and we'll need a secure means of getting out.
Yeah.
So what? If we want to get this Labrys back, someone has to go inside,
Half-naked
right?
Greek statue man over
well,
here.
That's...
Our target hijack, if we sit on our...
Alright, this is the same dialogue we've seen like 2 or 3 times now. And then this is the cutscene of them jumping in. Gotcha. Interesting.
Is this the music room of a school? No sign of Mitsuru-san or Akihiko-san. Did they land elsewhere? So much noise. I can't contact anyone like this.
Doth mother knoweth you weareth her drapes?
I spy an unknown yet bewitching babe. How unexpected!
Okay. I'm not worried about that. As long as it's not as verbose as this.
Case 04, unintended intruder. Entering elimination process.
Whoa!
A human?
Ow! Jeez, they decided to open right then. This makes no damn sense.
Gotcha.
Are you all right? You seem to be unharmed.
What? Never seen you before.
I'm sorry, I haven't introduced myself. My name is Aegis. I'm a transfer student. I have blue eyes, blonde hair, Gatling cannon.
Huh?
Huh?
I'm sorry, forget what I said. In the past, that prepared explanation for students has been effective, but no longer.
Okay. Anyways, I'm Kanji Tatsumi. This mean you're my next opponent?
Opponent? What do you mean?
What do I mean? I'm talking about a scrap.
You mean a fight? But we have only met Tatsumi-san. Actually, where are we?
Enough blabbering, you machine. What's a fake girl like you doing calling me by my name? I was worried I might have to go up against my senpai, but I ain't gonna hold back against a robot like you. If you're not gonna do anything, I'll make the first move. Take Mikazuchi!
A persona?
Nice dodge. Looks like you got at least a little bit of fight in you.
There is no avoiding this fight. I cannot fall here.
Although, I haven't thought about it, but, like, for the P3 people, this is like, oh no, not again, probably, when the first time they have to fight one of the P4 casts. Because, like, the only other Persona users that they've seen outside of their group were Strega, right? So they're not completely unfamiliar with the idea of fighting other Persona users. I think technically Aegis should be the oldest person here, because if it goes off the date she was made.
Final.
Alright, let's see what she's like. She has a gauge on the bottom left. That's probably Orgia mode. Ah, I almost got him. I should have gone for the downward throw. The AI has no way of okay. Doesn't know enough to avoid the all-out attacks. Alright.
Are you all right, Tatsumi-san?
No! Damn it! Ow! Oh, whoa! Hands off!
I'm sorry. If you can't stand, then I'll carry you.
Whoa! Damn! You're a hell of a lot stronger than you look. Whoa, 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 whoa! How come you're carrying me like this?
Oh.
Like a bride or something?
That's, yeah, okay. That's where the panel in the top right comes from. That's from the manga. Okay, so that's where that comes from. Okay. I gotta read the manga now. Alright.
This is the spousal method of carrying.
No, it ain't. It's the bridal. Oh, wait a sec. Are they pretty much the same thing?
Tatsumi-san, you seem completely fine.
That's what I've been saying. And stop with the Tatsumi-san crap. It's making my skin crawl. Just call me Kanji.
You don't object to being called that? I'm an artificial person, after all.
Huh? Who cares? If I say it's fine, then it's fine. And will you put me down already?
Oh, that's right. He doesn't like his last name or whatever. Doesn't he have, like, an actual, like, really long name or whatever for Kanji?
Well then, Kanji-san, allow me to ask again. Where are we? And what did you mean by opponent?
Huh? You're not an enemy that Ted set up for me?
Ted. Are you referring to the bear who appeared on the monitor?
This is a fighting tournament. Only the winners get to keep going. I lost this time. But oh well. I wouldn't make it in the big leagues.
That sounds like something Akihiko-san would say.
Huh?
Okay, I found the manga on my reading app of choice. I have bookmarked it. I will get to it when I can. I also found the Ultimax one. I'll probably hold off on reading the Ultimax one until I actually finish the plot. But we're getting pretty close to the end of Arena. So I'll take a look at that one maybe later.
Sorry, I was just talking to myself.
Gotta say, you pack one hell of a punch. Got me real good.
Punch? But I didn't throw any punches.
Listen though, the rest of this tournament ain't gonna be so easy. My senpai are waiting up ahead.
There are more people here. Could you estimate how many?
Kanji-san smiles dauntlessly and gives me a thumbs up. I don't really understand why, but I give him a thumbs up as well. Good job. Then Kanji-san keeled over. I rushed to catch him. When I look into his face, he's still smirking, but he's passed out. It seems he was fighting through his fatigue for the sake of his pride. He doesn't seem injured, so I carefully set him back down on the floor. Suddenly, that costume Kanji-san called it Ted appears again on the monitor.
Intruders are persona users. Due to difficulties in elimination, they will be acknowledged as valid targets. Woohoo! What a fox! Keen to join in on our fun? I'm A-okay with that if you're up for a little fighting. I'll wait for you in the next arena.
Oh, I say Igus. But again, like, we spent way more time with Igus. We barely spent any time with Labras. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like I'm very Igus-pilled. I'm very Igus-pilled. I think I'm probably not going to change that opinion based off of, like, one spin-off game. Maybe once we get through Ultimax. But I just spent a lot more time with Igus. Like I said, I don't even know anything about Labras outside of her design and her accent. Like, we haven't gotten to know her, like, at all. And Igus is really cute. And I've spent a lot of time with her. In fact, I think I've spent about... Let me think. Currently, about 400-something hours playing different versions of Persona 3.
I am General Teddy. Remember that name well.
So.
What? Oh well. I will come back for you later.
Oh, she was trying to get
Please stay
Kanji.
safe until then.
Like, she was trying to carry Kanji through, but invisible walls.
I recognize this place. That's...
Oh, she spotted Labras.
Huh? Who are you? That's one funny-looking costume you've got on.
Oh, well,
Oh, of course. You're mixed up in this racket too, aren't you?
No, I am not in this tournament of my own free will.
Really? Then you mind letting me go? I'm the student council president. I can't be letting people run wild at this school.
Student council president?
Didn't I tell you to let me go? Are you trying to get in the way of my work here?
If you happen to know, could you please tell me what sort of place this is?
Huh? It's the first floor of the classroom building. Can't you tell?
Huh? Is it possible that you don't recall entering a TV?
A TV? Listen, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm kind of in a hurry here. Can I go now?
Before you do, please tell me something. Who are you?
Who? What'd you stop me for if you didn't even know? What hole have you been hiding in? The elections were just last week. Are we done now? 'Cause I got places to be.
Please, wait! That wall again! It seems I am forced to try a different route. This is impossible.
Oh, she's being tricked by the shadows that look like students or whatever. So she's surprised to see all those people there.
Rivals.
Oh, they play this for her too? Huh. They didn't play it for the other P3 characters.
Looks like you're officially getting in on the action. Welcome! Look, everyone, another challenger! Well then, bring out the next opponent!
I heard that you're elbowing in on the tournament. Suits me fine. Let's do this! Huh?
Ooh, she's ready and raring to go!
Bearing to go. Oh my gosh. I still can't get over the bear puns.
I will fight on one condition.
Which is?
That you immediately release all these students from this school, or rather from this world. If you do that, I will fight as you wish.
Tut tut! Are you making demands to me? Before you get too worried about other people, why not worry about yourself?
I will not fight unless you guarantee their safety.
Sheesh! What a stubborn girl! Ta-da! Is that what you wanted?
If the students were fake, it's easier for him to remove them to talk me into fighting. As a result, my sensors detect the moment when the students disappear all at once. The only human here is Chie-san. Looking around seems that not everything has disappeared. Human-like figures remain, as if the shadows of the students were burned into the scenery. There were several about the gymnasium. Their readings are similar to shadows, but they show no signs of hostility. So these are the true forms of those students. They've been unmasked.
Honestly, you're in no position to be making demands, you know. I'm making an exception just this once, because it's no fun if you don't both go at it tooth and claw. Even if you don't resist, your opponent will show no mercy. It'll be a grisly sight.
Come on! Even if the crowd was still here, would you not have hit back when I hit you?
No. The safety of the people must be prioritized above all else.
Ha! That's pretty cool of you, actually. But self-sacrifice doesn't mean much coming from a machine. They can just fix you right up. Oh, that's right. It doesn't even count as self-sacrifice for a machine. It's just what you're programmed to do. You probably don't feel pain or anything, huh? It just seemed that way because you look human.
You may not understand, but I can sense pain as well.
Really? That's such a weird thing to program into a weapon. Doesn't make any sense to me.
Well,
that's fine with me. Means I can fight you without pulling any punches.
If I must fight you, then I will.
Okay. We haven't seen Yosuke in a minute. Or you. Neither of them have shown up in the P3 characters fights recently.
Finally.
I think we fought well, maybe we fought Yosuke with Misuru, but that might have been last week, so I can't remember. I was just trying to go for the grab. Nice, Persona break. I'm determined to get the grab in the air off of a all-out attack. I'll get it eventually.
Oh, sheesh. Wow. You're definitely a pro when it comes to fighting.
I'm sorry. Are you all right?
Yeah. But boy, I didn't stand a chance against you. Hey, what's all this about you being a robot?
I may seem like a ridiculous machine to you, but I'm still...
Huh? I never said that.
Hmm?
Wait. You're not acting like you did before the fight. I'm surprised that you're a robot, but what gives?
That reminds me, I haven't introduced myself yet. My name is Aigis.
Looks like we let our fists say too much before we opened our mouths.
I saw the introductory video. You're Chie Satonaka, correct?
Holy cow! I guess is the only one to remember their actual names and lead with that first, out of the P3 cast.
Yep. Oh, you can just call me Chie.
The carnivore who's discarded womanhood.
Well, at least she led with the names.
Okay, you didn't need to bring that part up, and I didn't discard anything. I can use a persona, but I'm just an ordinary high school student. I go to Yasugami High. So anyways, are you, seriously a machine? No foolin'?
Yes. I was created as a weapon for a certain purpose. It may be difficult to explain to you.
Nah, I can tell from the fight you're telling the truth. Huh, so you're not cosplaying. Then again, it'd be pretty nuts for someone to come out here to cosplay.
Speaking of which, Chie-san, can you tell me what this place this world is? I confess that I am looking for someone. While pursuing them, I heard the rumor about going inside TVs and ended up here.
Oh, right. You can use a persona. That's how you got into the TV. Where should I start? I don't know exactly how it works, but this place is supposedly a realm formed by human thought.
By thought, does that mean this is someone's mental landscape?
I guess so.
Then we've physically entered a mental world? Through a TV, no less? How can this be?
To tell the truth, I never understood it so well myself. There was this insane monster thing around town up until early spring. It created this whole world, and I got my persona because of what happened in here. Come to think of it, all this stuff should have been over and done with. But you see that ad showing on the monitor over there? It suddenly started getting shown on TV in reality. There's no way we were gonna stand for that crap to be shown. So that's why me and my friends came in here to put a stop to it.
Your friends are here as well?
Yeah, a couple. Also, that Teddy guy who's hosting this, plus the girl Rise who's serving as commentator. They're my friends too, but they're acting so weird. Oh, sorry, listen to me, babbling away. Do you think you can find this person you're looking for? Actually, could whoever it is get in here? I don't think normal people can enter the TV.
To tell you the truth, I have already encountered one such person, but...
Oh, you mean the girl who was calling herself the student council president? Yeah, I saw her too. She was yelling into a bullhorn to stop this foolishness, but then she ran off saying she was gonna go talk to the tournament's host.
She was wearing the same skirt that you are, Chie-san. It seems to be part of a uniform. Are you acquainted with her?
No, I don't know her. It's funny, that girl said she was elected last week. But if I remember right, our student council president was a guy.
Thank you. I now have a better understanding of the situation. Well then, I should be going now. I would like it if you could come along, but...
It's anime, so technically, you could have elected a guy, but it just looks like Labras. Like, technically, it's anime, so you don't know what's under... It's Schrodinger's skirt. You don't know what's under the skirt.
I know, I can't leave here, right? I'll stay put for now.
I will come back for you later. You may find it hard to trust me, but...
No, I believe you. I've been through so much over this past year that I'm pretty confident I can read people. Honestly, though, what other choice do I have? If you run into any of my friends, tell them I'm okay.
I will.
Aige-san, right? So, if this was some fighting manga, we'd beat the tar out of each other, then shake hands in the end as best friends. A powerful enemy can become a powerful friend, you know? Friendship can do amazing things. I saw that for myself last year. And you and I can be friends too, so, you don't need to talk like you're just an object.
Chie-san.
Don't look at me like that. You're embarrassing me. Come on, get going. Go! Hurry!
That was surprisingly touching.
Yes, I'll see you later.
I wasn't expecting that out of Chie.
Guess you hear... Can you hear me, I guess?
Mitsuru-san?
Good. It seems you're all right, too. It's been quite a while since I last used my persona in this manner. To think it would be useful in a place like this.
Is Akihiko-san with you?
No, we were separated, but I can still sense him. I doubt he'll be defeated that easily.
Oh, does she? That'll be fun then.
I'm sure you're aware by now, but although we came in search of Labras, we appear to have been dragged into another incident.
We're probably getting close to that then.
Don't worry about meeting up for now. Under the present conditions, we'd only end up fighting amongst ourselves.
I hope we get to fight against you. That'd be interesting.
Understood.
I don't know how Labras ties into this situation yet, but be careful.
Let's see who we got.
You're pretty good for a latecomer. Well then, bring out the next opponent!
Naturally, of the three of you, you're the one I encounter first.
You know about us?
Did Mitsuru Kirijo not inform you? I don't merely know about you. I was there at the airport. The Kirijo group seems rather lax for a multinational corporation, allowing a machine to act autonomously and take command. To be frank, watching you fills me with pity. Perhaps the kindest thing to do would be to give you a merciful end.
Pity?
Your existence is inherently a deception, isn't it? You're a machine, and a weapon on top of that. Yet you look human. Those who meet you think you're human. You even seem to believe it yourself. Truly pitiful. You were built to consider yourself human in order to activate the ability to wield a persona. Your appearance and your heart are only prerequisites for that power. I'm sure you've realized it already. You will never find the means to cross the gap between the human heart and your mechanical frame. No matter how much you want love, you'll never earn it. At best, people grow fond of you. The more I consider the matter, the more I genuinely pity you. I'd best hurry
Pity
up
the fool.
and put an end to your pathetic life.
The fight against the two gun users. Wait, why does it say Igus was born in 2000? That can't be right. I'll have to look at that again. But it said 2000. That's not right. Is it?
Okay.
Oh. Almost got it. No? Okay. Okay. I didn't take any damage that entire fight. I can't tell if I'm getting better or if the AI is getting dumber. I think it's more of the latter, to be honest. Yeah, I just was not a good matchup there with
Are you thinking what I'm
guess.
thinking? The mastermind behind this tournament may have some means of fogging our senses. Were you suspecting that as well?
Yes.
Then we are in agreement. Its aim appears to be to make friends fight one another, though it's a mystery to me as to why it would do such a thing. But the battle is over and the interference has been lifted. Given past examples, the pattern is clear. How about it? Why don't we talk things over? I am Naoto Shirogane. I work as a detective. I agreed to act as an observer for the police regarding the special cargo, met with Kirijo-san beforehand, and accompanied her to the airport.
So that's how you knew about us. I recall seeing you in the introductory video along with the other competitors.
They're good friends of mine. I attend Yasogami High, the same school as them.
I see. So after you finished your business and returned to your hometown, that video appeared on TV. Is that correct?
That's right. At least that's what I should say if I wanted to feign innocence.
What?
The real reason I came here is because I was tailing you. It was for a secret investigation.
For who?
Naturally, I cannot reveal my client or what their aims are, but I'm sure you have your own secrets to keep. What do you think? As long as we're in the same boat, why not cooperate?
I see. It would not be wise to continue to stand in each other's way in this situation.
How much do you know about this world?
Your friend told me it's a realm formed by human thought. In which case, why a school?
This place varies according to people's mental state. When someone enters it directly, they have a much stronger effect on it. For a normal person with no persona-based resistances, a dangerous situation will arise where their shadow goes berserk. That happened frequently in the case I was involved with last year. This false school may have something to do with it. I assume you have a theory already?
Yes. Thank you very much. I believe I'm slowly starting to understand what's going on. Would you mind telling me something? Why did you tell me about your secret agenda?
I suppose because it wouldn't be fair otherwise. Given that I cannot leave here and must trust my friend's fate to you, it would be unfair to continue deceiving you. But not only that, you carry out your duties with little care for your true appearance. You and I are not on equal grounds there.
My true appearance?
Consider it a sign of my respect for that. I still seem to have a soft spot. Aiga-san, I ask only one thing of you. Please save my friends.
That is my intention.
Thank you. I'll wait here, secure in knowing that.
I am curious, though. When you refer to your
Oh,
true
she's the only one who
appearance,
actually noticed.
Do you mean the fact that you are a woman?
What?
Am I mistaken?
Oh, well...
Your clothing hides it, but my sensor scan shows the body measurements of a human with female proportions.
What do you mean? How much can you see?
Suddenly, Natsu-san loses all composure and turned red, covering her chest with her arms. What happened? I don't think I said anything to warrant such a reaction. Just then, General Teddy interrupts over the monitor.
Hey, enough with the chit-chat! Hurry up and move on to the next!
Would you like to know your current measurements?
Oh, geez.
From top to bottom, they are...
That much, huh? That's how much he saw.
That's quite all right.
Never mind, little old me. Please, finish that line of thought. I demand it!
Labrys is getting a little bit too much into the Teddy roleplay.
How did we get so off subject? If you're going to go, please hurry and leave.
She yelled at me. Must have said something rude. That still happens every so often. An innocent, innocuous remark can greatly upset someone. I must keep practicing.
You're that girl from before.
What are you doing here?
Ain't it obvious? I'm cleaning up the classroom. It's no picnic
Kuma
with
fight?
people running wild and
Teddy
wrecking
fight?
things. But I guess this is all in a day's work for a student council president. We'll look back on it and laugh, right?
You seem like you're having fun.
That's because I love my school. Even the chores are fun for
I haven't
me.
heard that sound effect in a minute.
The reason I wanted to be president is because of that. Oh, it can be rough when things get out of hand like this.
But it's dangerous here. You must leave at once. Won't you come with me?
What? You're worried about me? Hey, I'm the president. And you might not think so to look at me, but I ain't no slouch in a fight. I'll be fine.
No, that's not what I mean.
Your clothes are pretty out there, but I can see you mean well. Thanks. Some of these students won't listen to a word I say, but I feel like I gotta be here. No, I wanna be here.
Even if it puts you in danger?
You're really a drama queen, aren't you? Who's to say I'm in danger for sure? Besides, even if you're right, I'd want to stay here. I always wanted to go to school with everyone, just like normal. That's all.
Does that imply you couldn't do so before?
You're asking me that now? Honestly? Back then,
She stops abruptly. I was patiently waiting for her to continue. Her face twists with suffering.
Huh?
She puts her fingers to her temple. Her knees begin to buckle.
What's wrong?
Weird. The past, How come it's...
She begins to fall, and I catch her. At that precise moment, there's a strong reading from my fingers as soon as I touch her. It's so strong, like touching a hot stove. This is the same reading I got when I first stuck my hand into the TV. It's coming from a personality module, a piece of lost technology that researchers had called plumes of dust due to their shape. I have one inside me as well. This is not merely strong evidence, it's conclusive. There's still questions to be answered, but this girl can be none other than Labrys. At the very least, she is not human.
Sorry I'm not feeling so good all of a sudden.
Hey, Lou. Well, technically, with the Teddy thing, Teddy's mouth doesn't move. Like, literally everybody else's talking sprites have, like, moving mouths in this game, besides Teddy's, because it's a costume. But, yeah. I think a lot of times, it's just, not wanting to animate, like, somebody removing the cigarette or, like, cigar from their mouth, and then, like, putting it back in every single time they talk.
What?
I mean, you can kind of mumble around something in your mouth. But you can't, like, do, like, full range of speaking. That's for sure, yeah. Something flowing into me? I quickly let go of Labrys, but it does not fade away easily. Images I don't recognize flow together in my head, one after another at incredible speeds. Oh, that's interesting.
Are these Labrys's memories?
Some of those looked familiar. After playing that Aegis game, some of those reminded me of the image, the location of the like island that Aegis was on in that one mobile game that I played, like what, a few months ago now? A couple months, I think. Not a few, couple. The Sata was already dormant inside me. I'm the last number of the anti-shadow weapon project. I inherited all the data from the previous models of the same type, both tangible and intangible. Labrys's memories were a part of it. Normally, the developers would not upload data into me that was unrelated to battle, but the Plume of Dusk is a black box. It's possible that something was transferred somehow through that. Thinking about it, that might have been the reason I thought I saw Labrys at the airport. My glimpse of the newly awakened Labrys caused my buried records of her appearance to be called. Perhaps that's what's happened. Unfortunately, the memories I have just accessed are in complete disarray. I can't flip through them just like an album. These video records are not in chronological order, meaning I can't make sense of them in their current state. However, there was one memory that left an impression on me. The sea, the cerulean sky, and lingering clouds, that emerald blue water. All of the other memories are of cold mechanical rooms or the night sky. But this one is different.
What was that just now?
Labrys staggers as she stands up. Before I can ask her anything, she abruptly shakes me off and runs out of the classroom.
Wait!
I try to chase after, but after only a few steps, I trip over my own feet. The information overload has prevented me from making any sudden movements. I fight through it, dragging what feels like several times the weight of my legs when—
Are you sure you want to take that girl out of here?
I stumble to stop and look around, searching for the hidden speaker.
This is the only place she can fit in. No one will understand her once she steps outside. But she can't become human either. So she has no other choice but to wallow in the
Shadow, I guess. I wasn't expecting this.
Pitiable, isn't she? But this is the
We saw some Shadow versions of the P4 characters, but obviously not the P3 characters, because them it wouldn't make any sense. But, like, they wouldn't think, oh, this is my Shadow, necessarily.
Are you
but
going
yeah.
to take that from her? Who are?
I stop, suddenly realize the answer to my question and catch my breath in my throat. This voice, it's mine?
What will you do after you take her from here? Lock her up in a box again? How cruel. No wonder she ran away. Ran away? What are you... You don't mean... You finally figured it out? Labrys wasn't brought here by some sinister mastermind. She escaped on her own and came here. That can't be. The suspects in the hijacking case... I'm sure you've seen the opponents you fought so far robbed of their sanity. Have you forgotten already? You're saying that was Labrys's doing too? Yes. Her heart gave birth to this world, and that power is one of her abilities, from some special equipment. With a power like that, wouldn't it be simple to control a number of ordinary people?
It's true the hijackers were confused, and there were signs of some mental interference.
It does seem strange to go to so much trouble to come to a place like this. If she did in fact do this, then she must face herself.
Yeah, sometimes that can be kind of fun to do as well. Well, I imagine it can kind of be kind of fun to do, like the movements for somebody smoking a cigarette or something, or gesturing with it. It can be a good thing for that. But I imagine it's tedious, and especially in a video game or something, to have like something like that. Like maybe you could have like an idle animation where they're smoking it, and then they like take it out as a transition animation when they speak. But like you'd have to do that like pretty much every time, and in some cases it might not be possible if they got their hands busy with something.
What gives you the right to say that?
Suddenly, the tone of her voice changes. She speaks very gently, like a parent correcting a child.
You've experienced suffering before.
Nope,
too.
burn my bread.
It pains
It's
you
so
to
weird that they
know
use the like
that
final battle
knowing
version
that you
of
can
burn my
never
bread
be
here.
human.
I guess regular burn my bread wouldn't work out too well.
Even if there was someone you considered to be worth fighting for, you can't be a real companion to them.
It's weird we haven't seen Elizabeth, right? I just thought about that. We saw Elizabeth at the start of the game, but we haven't seen her since. I thought she might show up for Aegis's run throughs here,
them
but
as a weapon. But in the end, you still lost them. What do you know about me? Mere words will not cause me to abandon hope. A brave bluff. But a tool like yourself can never be a true partner for a human. Doesn't your heart yearn to be by their side and to be loved? It hurts so much that I wish I could go back to how I was before I gained a heart.
I mean, that's kind of the answer, I guess.
Has
But
that really never once crossed your
like,
mind?
that's kind of the plot of the answer, but
That pain will never completely disappear. It will always fester inside you. Isn't that right? Even if you take Labras away, the same will happen to her. She'll become just like you. Is that a fate you want for? You see, here you can have anything, as long as you look away from the truth.
Huh.
That doesn't just go for Labras, but for you too.
that's interesting. Playing into those themes of the truth and ugly truths and seeking the truth from P4.
Even the things you have lost forever. Here, you can have them back. What are you?
I cut myself off, realizing that I'm becoming fascinated with the voice. This isn't good. I cannot let the voice deceive me. I must get its speaker in my sights first. I carefully attune myself to the source of the voice and quickly turn in that direction. But the person standing there is me. Or rather, something that looks like me. At first, I think that the overload is still affecting my sensors, but that is not the case.
I'll take away your suffering.
I mean, it's obvious that it's referring to the MC when it says you can have what you've lost back.
I guess.
I smile and extend out my hand. I feel dazed. This is very confusing. I don't know what to do. My mind advises caution, but my heart doesn't listen. But all of a sudden, a door opens in the corner.
Pardon my interruption.
Hey, there she is!
Conversation.
This unexpected event brings me back to reality, and I realize I was nearly seduced by its promises. On a second look, I can see a woman beyond the doorframe. The distinct blue dress. I recognize the attire of an elevator girl. Her name was Elizabeth San, I believe. Yeah, you should, like, canonically remember her, thanks to the answer. But why is she here? Elizabeth walks right in and stands in the center of the room. There's nothing outwardly abnormal about her pose, but is as imposing as a battle stance. She opens her thick leather-bound book and then smiles dauntlessly at the other me.
Excuse me, but I would like a word with this lady over here. Would you mind leaving?
Who are you?
If you don't leave the two of us, I must resort to giving you a hearty thrashing with my book. It's a hardcover, leather-bound edition, and is quite powerful. Enough to do over 4 digits on average, I'd say.
References, I'm sure, to her boss fight. I'm sure she does do that much damage when she punches you with her book. Without warning, the pages from the book overflow with light.
What? I don't believe this.
The other me's face flinches in pain as she vanishes into thin air while spitting a curse. Is she gone now? Oh, you know what? This is probably what Teddy was doing. Remember how Teddy keeps stepping out at some point during everybody's run, and that's when Rise gets her chance to connect with people. That's right now. She stepped out to, like, try to offer a hand to Aigis, probably. Or, like, mess with her. I can no longer pick up any readings on her. The tension leaves my body and I collapse to the ground. While I'm there, Elizabeth walks towards me. I first met her 2 years ago. Her attire is somewhat strange, but the place I met her was even stranger. A blue room. That is the only way to describe that mystical place. Its residents call it the Velvet Room. I do not believe it's at all part of the real world. There, Elizabeth was the one who governs power. She helped me to grow spiritually by introducing me to the power of personas. Never mind she would leave that room, let alone that I would run into her here. Yet her appearance here has saved me.
I'm sorry for that. Thank you for saving me.
Did I save you?
She stares right at me, then lets out a long sigh of disappointment.
I was on a journey for personal reasons. But I sensed some extraordinary powers clashing against each other and came to see what all the fuss was about, only to be met with this bitter disappointment.
I'm baffled by her candidness.
Please stand. Have you already forgotten the enlightenment you gained before me once? Has it escaped your prodigious goldfish-like memory? It seems that I must once again ascertain what you are truly capable of.
She speaks as if she's engaging in everyday conversation and opens her leather-bound book again. Suddenly a murderous aura fills the area, pierces a gust of wind. Something about me has disappointed her. I know that much. I clearly have no time to ask her what it is.
Here goes.
Oh, she's disappointed that she got tempted by her shadow self.
Decide your fate.
Alright. I like how all of her stuff is question marks. Like all of her information, like date of birth, height, weight. I guess the only thing they could really say there would be probably weight.
Of your fate is in the I anticipate.
Oh shoot.
No! Backing up. Damage.
Oh, I can't do
Oh no. Please hit. Fight. Try this. It's time has come. Dash. Summoning. Severe impact. Won't you have it? Impressive. Oh no. Dash. My turn. Thanatos. Impressive.
I tried to main Elizabeth, but I found her too confusing. Yeah. I know she's pretty good. Oh, I like that quote-unquote death pose. She's not, like, knocked out. She's just kind of hanging out on top of her book there. That's fun.
Well done.
Yeah, I know she's pretty good. But I haven't tried to play around with her at all yet, since we haven't gotten to her story. Elizabeth stands up from her kneeling position. Though she lost, she did not so much as break a sweat. While I, for my part, am detecting strain on my entire drive system. I can see myself lacking the energy to even speak, reflected in Elizabeth's clear eyes.
You are indeed neither man nor any ordinary machine. You are truly singular. But then can anyone be said to be the same as anybody else? People anguish over the gulf between themselves and others, and the lack of any who could possibly understand them. How is their situation different from yours? What defines life is not death, but bonds. That is the answer you once reached. Then take that to heart and go forth. Remember that your bonds will remain unbroken, giving you the strength to withstand any suffering.
My bonds.
I, too, am currently on an endless journey. But I anticipate that you will become a compatriot of mine, unbound by the limitations of time. I hope that you will not be led astray by trivial things. With that, I bid you good luck.
I see. That's interesting. So she's hoping that at some point, since Aigis is also technically immortal, that she will also, join her in her escapades to one day make the sealing Nyx no longer necessary. That's pretty philosophical. That's basically P3 in a nutshell. Not to be scared of death and to overcome it with the bonds that you make with other people. There's a lot of philosophical stuff, especially when it comes to P3 and P4 a good amount. P5, I feel like not as much, but like definitely P3 a little, and somewhat of P4.
There are rules to this tournament delineating behavior after a match.
Such parlor tricks can get stuffed.
Yeah, you think Elizabeth's gonna care about invisible walls? Elizabeth eats invisible walls for breakfast. Actually, she may actually do that. That would be a very Elizabeth thing to do.
I shall be on my way.
True to her word, she leaves the room with no trouble and closes the door with an exaggerated slam. Those walls were nothing to her. But come to think of it, Labrys didn't seem subject to those rules either. Do they apply to participants in the tournament? No, in Elizabeth's case, it simply doesn't matter to her.
She remains a complete enigma.
I find it amusing, which allows me to feel more relaxed.
It may be true that this world can grant one's true desire, but I want Labrys to see past herself to a world where other people matter. Even if one discards their bonds to avoid pain, all that awaits is a numb, desert-like future with no promise. I thought as she did once, so I'm sure I can understand her.
Yeah, I mean, I think Labrys is kind of going through some of the same stuff that I guess did both in the main game and in the answer, so.
I want to form a bond with Labrys, with my sister. I want to teach her things that she cannot learn if she is alone.
Although I will say P3 doesn't do a great job sometimes. It beats you over the head a little bit sometimes, and then like it also doesn't do a great job going like laying out its themes sometimes. But overall the themes are there. Like the main story doesn't do a great job of it, but I find that all the side quests and everything do. Like all the not side quests, social links. They lay out the ideas and like themes of P3 a lot better. P4, lip service is paid to the idea of searching out the truth. And I guess that tracks, right? Because like the ultimate truth is that the person who has done all these horrible things is like one of your friends. And it's hard to face that truth. And also the truth that the reason why the fog has come to Inaba is because people don't want to see the truth. Like, all those are kind of, like, there are hard truths to swallow. Or, like, the shadows. There is stuff like that, like, the worst parts of yourself. Like, accepting it and accepting that, like, the truth that, like, everybody has parts of themselves they don't like or want to wish weren't there but are there. Like, that's, yeah, that makes sense. But, like, some of it, I don't know. Like I said, it pays, like, lip service to the idea of searching out the truth. But not as much as I think P3 leans into its themes, but P3 can kind of bean you over the head with its themes sometimes. Oh, Yosuke's here.
What a shame. You gave it a try, but there's no way anyone would understand.
Oh, this is the end of Yosuke's thing. Yeah, I seem to remember this.
Huh?
At least one of them has to understand how I feel.
Isn't that what you thought? The important part is that it's all your fault. That's not true. You still refuse to remember? Look at me. And stop deluding yourself.
Okay, a transformation scene that we've seen a few times now.
I am a shadow. The true self.
No way. That's... She has my face.
Stop! I'm not like that!
Calm down. It's just taking that form to agitate you.
No! 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 Taking that form, huh? Well, you have a point. I do have the power to confuse people's senses, warp what they're seeing, twist what they're hearing.
That's how you made my senpai fight each other!
Of the things you're seeing right now, which do you think is real and which is fake? No! I'm not like you! I'm human, aren't I?
Huh? What do you mean?
And how did I come to have these special powers? Why, it's because I have them.
Huh? A robot?
Look, that's what she really looks like. It's her who's been deceiving you all from the start. Not only you, but herself too. She really thinks that she's a human living a normal life at school. To reinforce her make-believe as real, she prevented herself from accessing any memories that could contradict that. She even sealed away her own name. No! Stop! Why are you doing this? Kindly hurry up and remember me. Remember yourself. It's pretty rude of you to even forget your own name. No! I don't want to remember! Huh. Is that so? Looks like you still need an extra push.
Yosuke-senpai! What the?
A girl? Wait, you're a robot too?
You must remember, that is the only way the future will open up to you. You must accept it, no matter how painful it may be. Your true name is 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Labrys.
To be continued. Alright. To be continued. Interesting. We didn't unlock Elizabeth. I guess she must be like the last one. Oh, I see. So there's episode P4, and then I'm guessing after you do all this, episode P3 unlocks. Okay. It looks like a lot, but I think it's still not going to be as much as, well... Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Wow, that's long. Okay. Well, I'm not going to worry about it too much. We have to Labrys. Well, we're not going to do anything else for today. It's already been like 3.5 hours. I think that's plenty for today. I gotta go eat something. Ooh! I got a text like an hour ago saying that dinner was ready, so I gotta go microwave whatever dinner was. But yeah. But yeah, I guess, so wait, do we do Labrys next, or do we do Yosuke next? We finish Labrys, then endings and those. Okay. Well, next week we'll get to Labrys then. Or unless we do, like, a stream on Friday. I'm not sure if we will. I don't know. I'm trying to, like, work on a video right now so I can get it out before P3R. Like I said, I want to do that, like, here's the cheapest way to play P3R before, the DLC comes out for, episode, I guess. So, we'll see. Either way, we'll get to it when we get to it. But yeah, that's something to look forward to. Okay. So yeah, we'll probably go Labrys, and then we'll work our way around this way. That makes sense. Change things up a little bit, too. Alrighty. Oh, what's playing? Specialist. But yeah, I think that's, I think that's good for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Chapo, Christian, Lilith, Union, Nash, Will, Do I have any more P4 Arena memes? I think I do. I might be running a little low, actually. What's the plan on Thursday? Oh, I have that gacha game I play. I do account review for it every year. I'm on 5 years now, so that's what I'm gonna do on Thursday. Let me see. I still have, yeah, 2 or 3 memes for P4 Arena. I might have to get some more. Or I might just get some more P4 memes or something. Yep, P4 Arena next Tuesday. More Yakuza this weekend. I think I want to get back to Kiryu this weekend. I think I'm going to try and do one more of the areas for the Cabaret Club on Saturday. And then run through the rest of Chapter 7. And the rest of... And try to get through Chapter 8 so we can get to Kiryu on Sunday. But yeah. In any case, but yeah, because I did the math, by the way, Jeppo, if I wanted to get the story done, like, before episode Aegis comes out, episode Aegis comes out in like 2 or 3 weeks. So I have like, what? So 6 streams. I'm on the start of chapter 7 out of 16. So I have like 9, 10-ish chapters to go through. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, I have to get... Yeah, maybe we'll get through this main story. Either way, we're finishing Yakuza 0. So, we'll do that before, we go over to the DLC for P3R. Honestly, like I said, I'm not super enthusiastic about the answer. I have, like, bad memories of that, so whatever. If we get to it on time, great. If not, then that means I just get to play more Yakuza 0, so I'm not too miffed about that. Anyway, either way, I will hopefully see you guys soon. Hope you guys have a good rest of your week and everything. I will see you on Thursday. Maybe if I don't see you then, maybe I'll see you on the weekend. Either way, in case I don't see you, hope you guys have a good afternoon, good evening, good night. See you guys.